Just Google it.
It's just stab.
Alrighty, let's get this bad boy live, shall we? What up,
Medium
bitches?
versions.
Oh
What
shit!
up,
But
bitch?
Yo.
one of them is an alley-oop, and just random fucking other anime girl dunks her for you. It's just so good.
Ooh.
So
You're a
I'm
beer
dressing up with
cracker.
new home attire.
America Adult Integrated Wallpaper.
But Mr. Scuzz, I have a question about that dagger.
Yes.
So if I was attacking it myself, so it'd have the same plus from Dex or whatever as a finesse weapon, but it
Hey,
bonus
Rooks,
action
and
attacks on its
hey,
own, so I don't use my
submarine
attack
winner.
action to use it.
You
How does that work?
just search dancing dagger. It functions the same way. Or dancing.
Dancing blade.
Yeah. So item dancing sword. There you go.
Okay,
Um,
I'll use that as.
Yeah, it says you use a bonus action to toss a magic sword in the air. Speak the command word. Sword uses your attack roll and ability score modifier for damage rolls. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
Oh,
it just
weird.
use Dex then.
yes, Dex for you.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I don't like that. I'm
So
offended
then
by
it
that.
acts kind of like a spirit weapon in the sense you use a bonus action to move it.
Correct.
Back. Okay.
Cool. Whew. I just did something very important in Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Clear out the meth beach.
Yeah. My a coworker of mine, her shop was selling something very important. So now that is going to be on my beach, front and center. It's a toilet.
Yeah, dog.
You know, you want to get like serenity at the beach.
It's literally going to be in like
Serenity
the.
now.
Oh my god, can I sit on this? Yes, I can literally just sit on a shitter in the middle of the beach.
Don't.
Live the
It's
dream.
the American dream right there.
Yeah, I gotta take a picture of this just because it's in my Coors Light hat or in my Coors hat with my no steppy shirt. Oh, it makes
Interesting.
flushing
That's
noises.
Now, if someone has like an RV in that game, like, you're set.
Now that there's an RV.
Perfect.
I bet.
Merry Christmas. The shitter was full.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, let's get this bad boy started because I'm excited for what we have tonight. So summary of last time is you guys went on the peyote trip with your girl Lulu, throughout the her visions past of Avernus, and yeah, it was a interesting trip. You fought off some devils, saw what looked to be the betrayal of Zariel by her own soldiers, and ended up fighting through muck and fighting off depression and all kinds of stuff that was plaguing little Lulu. And then she looked through a telescope and was able to see where she believes that citadel is, where the sword was buried. So that is where you guys kind of like left off in the plot area. The rest of the session was mainly figuring out what the fuck to do with these war machines that you were acquiring. So you were given 2 broken down war machines that were fixed up by Chukka and Clonk fairly quickly. One of them was a what is called the Devil's Ride, a motorcycle-styled war machine, and the other one was a Tormentor, basically like a large dune buggy type of war machine with tires that can crush people and some, shit on the side that can slice people up. Quite good. And you also were given some items. Hamon was given a peculiar dagger after some poking and prodding and some interesting looks from Maggie, some insightful looks from Maggie. And then she gave your boy Glimmer a snack gun.
Hell yeah.
Noodle launcher.
Yeah.
Noodle. Danger noodle close.
Yeah. Just a noodle launcher. Noodle
A
launcher.
weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Noodle gear. Danger noodle gear.
Noodle Gear.
But yeah, so that was given to you. And I forget what else was really given at that point. A silvered short sword for Felion. What else do we have? You remember? Don't worry about it. There's gonna be some new stuff here that is given to you. So we pick up tonight. We left off last time as you were about to as you were out in the wilderness of Avernus, but I wanted to kind of rewind it back to inside that garage. As you guys, it's like the early kind of, it's about midday, and you're all getting geared up. Flipsis is jumping on and trying out the Devil's Ride, getting situated on it. We have the Tormentor is being loaded up with its and you guys see Chukka and Clonk, the two Kenku, approaching you, Sonya.
Yes, my feathers.
They look at each other. They look in. They open up their bags, and one of them holds up a. You hear a kind of a clinking and a rattling sound, and then you see a ominously glowing bottle emerge from the bag, and Clonk holds it up to you and says, "Go-go juice."
Right. Go-go juice. That's also the souls of the damned.
Shakes their head and goes, no. And Chukka looks at you and goes, "That's the coin." And
Oh, right,
he
right.
points at this and goes, "Go-go juice."
Yeah, what's that made from? Other than just stuff on the ground.
Clonk looks at you and just says one word, "Demons."
So it's
That
just...
drop after the word demon.
So funky.
There was like a pause too.
Yep.
All right. I could burn some demons in this. We should make Hamon be in charge of like NOS duty.
You see Hamon's head peer around the corner. Someone say burn demons.
Yeah. Like this stuff, you just like throw it in the engine.
Yeah,
Looking at them
you
with,
hold
like,
you hold it up. It's this bottle with a cork in the top, made from some odd material. And as you hold on to this bottle, you feel it like vibrating in your hand, Sonya. It's just immediately like yeah, it's
Like
solid.
angry vibrating. I assume it's not like a cat purring.
Yeah, not like a cat purring, not like a aw, but more like a it's like a yeah.
Angry kitty.
It's just the scream that you'll hear if Plung was in this campaign.
Yeah.
Think of Plung screaming as we're on the video. Just eternally getting higher pitched.
Just like reach out and take the bottle and just like start like shaking it around a lot. Like this is weird.
Clonk is like, whoa, and then Chukka's like, danger.
Oh, what happens?
They just look at you and just do the noise.
Nice. So if I throw this at someone, will it do that?
They look at each other. They look and point at one of those little barrel gnomes with the green hats. You can see the ichor dripping down from his forehead as he is literally chewing on one of his hands. He points. Clonk points at that and goes, like that.
So shake it and it explodes. Throw it at someone and makes them into an idiot.
A shrug from Clonk and Chukka.
Frankly, that sounds more dangerous.
So are we just gonna make hand grenades now? Is that the MO of this,
You
campaign
could.
all of a sudden?
I mean, you Yeah, you don't have any more of these items, or this is all the ichor that you currently have, but you did
We've
see
seen
that
it
there.
everywhere,
Oh yeah, you saw it out in the battlefields, out in
Right.
the battlefields of Avernus, all over the place.
All right. Am I here for this conversation?
Yeah, you guys are all in the garage.
Yep. Oh, is there any way we might be able to get, a bunch of just glass vials?
Maggie looks at you and goes, "Oh, yes, sweetie. Yeah, here." She rummages through one of the piles and just pulls out a like a knapsack that just clinks and clanks, and in it there's about a dozen of these cloudy glass bottles of all various sizes with like screw-on lids, corks, just rags stuffed in the necks of them. She says, "Well, you wouldn't take these. I ain't got any use for them."
Right, that seems like a plan.
about
I'll
nails?
take it. How many vials do I
Nah.
get?
Oh, it's a dozen
A dozen vials. All right.
of various sizes and shapes.
Yeah. Which I assume will just make to be all equal size if we're gonna make explosives out of them just for
Yes.
ease sake.
Yep. They just all look funny for roleplay's sake. So the she nods to you. She also says, "Oh, and also make sure you take enough food for the road." And you do remember she gave you basically like the equivalent of hell rations
yeah.
that are just like
Mm,
tasteless. Yeah, just gross, tasteless shit. But and then she looks at you, Eclipsis, and she says, "You have the coins on you, don't you? I can smell them."
Wasn't she the one who handed them to me?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
Sorry.
then let
Old
me-
age
let me
sometimes
know.
gets you.
I'll reverse that because I just wanted to confirm before I said this. Like, I look over. Who's the closest one to me? Sonya.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I'll look over at Sonya. I'm like, did I miss something? Because I'm pretty sure she's the one who gave them to me.
Pretty sure what?
Is this a trick?
Hey, look, do I look like the type of guy who can recognize a trick?
Okay, I look back to her. Is this a joke?
Oh no.
I just need to clarify.
No, not at all. Don't worry about it. Just know that that's what you need to do to power these bad boys. One of them in each of the slots. Yep. I'm just reiterating. Don't worry. Stick it in slot. She points to the one. There's one like on the side of where like the gas tank is on the Devil's Ride on the motorcycle, and then she kind of leans into the interior of the Tormentor and points to the slot that's right next to the driver's seat, in the Tormentor, and she just says, "These things don't have any fuel right now, so they'll probably need a coin each to start them up. And well, makes them run for 24 hours, and yeah, might have to find some more." When you're out there.
Where would we find more?
So, sometimes, on your way here, did you see that river that cuts its way through the center of Avernus?
You mean the River Styx?
Yeah, that's the one. Sorry. Forget the name sometimes. So, along there, the watchtowers, there's Devil's Watchtowers. Zariel has them built years and eons ago. Not all of them are occupied anymore. It just depends on where the main fighting is, but that's the main source of currency down here in Avernus. So, the Devils, in order to pay off things like those Yugoloths and all those mercenary types, sometimes stash big caches of them in those watchtowers. Sometimes they're just forgotten about. Other times they're pretty well guarded. But just be careful.
So they're all along the watchtower, is what you're saying.
The devil's
Yep.
music plays in the background.
Purple haze comes and fills the room.
Yes, exactly. Also keep your eye out for any of those marauding, either marauding demons or patrols of devils. They carry caches with them as well. As I said, gotta pay those Yugoloths somehow, and all of them take soul coins as currency. So, yeah.
This trip sounds like it's about to get really expensive very fast.
Well, as I was saying, it makes these machines run for 24 hours, but you can turn them off and it's not like the energy is spent. It's 24 hours of runtime.
What happens if you run out of runtime in, like, the Wasteland? Is there, like, a number you can call?
Oh,
Yeah, does this thing come pre-equipped with triple
you mean
A?
triple? No, no, triple
Triple
six.
six?
G.
Yeah,
Triple
it's
G.
triple
Triple six, there you go. That's
Triple
it.
six or
Oh boy. No.
A green hat burst into flame nearby.
There absolutely is probably not a number. But oh no, I remember. No. You can. I remember last time I gave you something that I also forgot about for some reason.
Oh?
Yeah. She points to the sending stones that she gave you.
all
Oh,
right.
that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Both of them
Wait, I
looking
thought our
like
sending stone sent to the amplification on the vehicle.
Yeah.
well. There's
I have a
that.
microphone stone.
That's
It's like
different.
one of the functions
Oh,
of
different thing. Okay, different thing.
thing.
Yeah. So this is
That's-
you got
that's the
sending
hard rock.
stones. The sending stones aren't so much stones. You hold as whoever she hands it to probably Hamon, and you look at it and it's a tiny skull, like a shrunken head. Then you look up and you look over at like one of those mad caps or the red caps, the little feral
Oh, yeah.
gnomes, and you're just like, huh. Basically, yeah. Same size as a madcap skull.
Philion, would you like to hold this stone? Yeah, it does not suit me.
Sure.
I was gonna drop it in your hand if you said no, so you got it now.
Wait, so where is the other stone, or do we have multiple sets of stones?
It talks to all
Yours,
the green
yours
hats.
just is like it's not really a sending stone. Yours basically looks
Yeah,
like
it goes
the.
to the thing.
Just a mega
But the one
stone.
we just got, does that come back here?
Mad Maggie takes out another skull and she goes, test, 1, 2, and the skull in your hand,
Oh,
Aphelion,
okay.
echoes her voice, and the little jaw clacks like.
I love it.
Feedback.
Yeah.
And then.
Got
Yeah. So I'll just pocket the sending stone to Mad Maggie.
All right. Any other questions before you head out? Lulu is like jumping, is like all already in the tormentor and pokes her little elephant head out and just like, you gotta go. I'm excited.
Hey, we're ready to
Imagine
kill some
Lulu
more.
cracking
Hey, we're ready
up.
to kill some more devils and demons. Let's get this road on the show.
Um,
No, let's get this
sure.
show on the road. I know how it works. Yeah, yes, very smart.
Oh gosh, everybody moving around is so laggy.
All right. Well, at this point, let's take you just back out to the Avernus map. So, as you guys get situated, we'll start in the tormentor itself. Sonya, you get inside and you sit down in the main driver's seat. There's one single seat in the center of this thing. And in your journals now, you guys see the squad tormentor. You guys should all have access to it. So, as it has the actions helm and harpoon flinger, Felion's going to be in the harpoon flinger. But first, we see as you get in the vehicle, you get seated and situated in the main seat. You look around, Sonya, and you notice that there is no seatbelts or any sort of thing in this vehicle.
Does it even have a roll cage?
Oh yeah, it's just one big roll cage.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm disappointed the harpoon flinger doesn't use my dex.
No, it uses the dex of the thing. Yeah, of the tormentor.
It'd be hilarious though. It's like just
Little
because
+7.
Citizens of hell doesn't mean we don't believe in safety.
Oh no. I was going over the rules of these vehicles last night, and oh boy, yeah. So just keep that in mind that you notice that there's no way to securely fasten yourself with like a 4-point harness in this thing. So
Noted.
yeah,
This
give me
just
a survival check really quick, Sonya, as you stare around this thing.
I watched a video last night of all of the OSHA regulations that the Smash Bros stages break.
Oh, nice. So, Sonya, you look around and you just kind of like let out a kind of just like a huh, it's safe. Like that's what like
You're just
you've
kinda
seen
like-
you've seen worse.
It's like kind of knock on the side of the panel, like, yeah, that's pretty sturdy.
Yeah,
There's-
there's a hollow thud. Dunk dunk dunk.
Sounds
A
like-
little bit of like one small bit falls off. You do notice that this thing is pockmarked with what looks to be large acid holes that from like a burns or acid damage. So for now, it still has its current hit points, but it is currently 17 armor class until you find some more armor to put on this thing. That's
Gotcha.
easily found out there in the wastelands. So yeah.
Evan asks, are Kenku friends like, so where does Go-Go Juice go in this?
You
That'll-
they like lean their little their bird heads in, and literally point to the slot where the coin goes in.
So one in, one out kind of vehicle.
All right.
It's just general intake.
There's a low heat emanating from that slot. The Kenkus point to it and go, down to the furnace. And then you kind of feel along the iron floor of this thing, and you can feel below your feet there's a warmth emanating.
Sort of internal demon mover. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you sit yourself down. You don't buckle yourself up, and you look around. You see there's multiple levers. There's a kind of like a large one of those like racing steering wheels that looks to be made from just like bits and pieces of other random shit. There's a chain hanging from the roof above you as well. The Kenku points to it. The Kenku
handle.
The Kenku points to it and
hand
says, "Yeah." The Kenku points to it and smiles in his bird mouth and goes, "Pull it."
I pull it.
There's a loud truck horn.
Can
So
we get that changed too? I kind of
Sure.
want that one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go for the like lowrider.
We'll get it changed like the ice cream truck.
Yep.
I thought you were gonna go for the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I was in that too.
Change the ice cream truck song.
Yes, let's
Right?
fucking do the pop goes the weasel. Or that one.
That's what we're going. It's like,
Just hold it down.
And it just would freaking
God.
like get like just a like train of devils that want fucking
Yeah,
ice
we're-
cream.
we're
Ice
turning-
cream.
And we
That
just
would be
turn
great.
We're turning to the Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, 100%.
Oh Jesus.
Yep.
That would be
New
great.
strat.
Dude, there's a reference.
I was gonna say that's what it's called now. It's actually its name is the Sweet Tooth.
Oh yeah, no, you guys have to.
You just
You
had
do have to.
chuckles. The laugh you just did was almost like the Woody Woodpecker laugh, just like a bigger tone. What naturally came out.
God damn it. God damn. Okay.
So you guys will have to think of a name for it. So Sweet Tooth is the Sweet Tooth is one of them at this moment. But yeah, so you're all situated. Aphelion, up in the harpoon thing, you get in there and you realize it has like a full 360 view. Like it's on kind of like rollers, like one of those like the whatchamacallit, the gun nest in like one of those old biplanes.
Oh.
Yeah, that it just like
Yeah.
spins around like. So
Hell yeah.
that's
There's
what
like a warthog Halo.
exactly like that in the back. Once again, no safety equipment, nothing to hold you in here.
Perfect.
And Hamona and Glimmer, you jumping on?
Oh, hell
Mhm.
yeah. I'll
Alright.
put Churro in my
So
pocket.
what are we naming this beast?
Uncrashable 2.
Two. What happened to the first one? It crashed.
You never doubt the hubris of the.
I just spit beer everywhere. Jesus Christ.
I was thinking of an appropriate name for the goal for this vehicle, probably Crusader.
Crusader,
Yes.
aka
That is-
Uncrashable 2.
Yes.
It's topical, but I do think the humor from our friend over there is good.
Metallic Boogaloo.
Uncrashable. What CW3
Yep.
just said?
We're
Uncrashable 2,
stealing
Metallic
two.
Bulgaloo.
Yep, we're stealing that. That's the one.
All right, I have to say I like this name. I will
Yes,
go. I
that
will
is
agree with this name.
sickening.
Now,
So-
as I get inside, so we're just kind of we're in the back, just looking out. How's this work?
Guys,
It
You
has.
guys are in the like
Guys.
station wagon backwards facing seats.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
there's openings. It's pretty open air. You can either you can either take cover inside, or you can just hang on the outside like a fucking rat.
That
Go
sounds
to
like
cover on
fun.
the inside, but I do want to find, is there like a pole or a errant pipe or something? I have I have 4 manacles. I'm going to manacle myself to this thing.
Yeah.
I do not want to
That
fall
can
to the deck.
only go
Where's
well.
your groove, hombre?
Dude, we get into a crash and he's
Just
fumbling for the key.
Foot it up, foot it up, foot it up, foot it up.
Like gnaw his own
He's
arm
being
off.
swung
Jesus.
around by one arm in like a
Hold on.
plane crash.
I
Oh,
do have.
God.
Wait. I do have knock repaired. Okay, we're good.
Woo. All right, I just need to roll this just because it's too funny.
Oh, man.
From Harpoon Flinger from Uncrashable to Electric Boogaloo.
Electric?
Metallic.
Oh,
Metallic.
Metallic Boogaloo.
Gotta be metallic. Boogaloo. Also, by the way, I said the reckoning.
The Reckoning for yours? You have to name yours.
In my mind, no. But in my mind, it's not the reckoning. It's the WREK.
Oh,
Oh,
the reckoning.
WRECK.
So uncrashable plus the
Reckoning.
reckoning spelled that way would actually be good.
So, I mean, the
Uncrashable
other.
too. The reckoning.
An uncrashable force beats an
No, I
unreckonable
mean if you wanted to, you just make this a Final Fantasy thing. So it's Uncrashable to Metallic Boogaloo, the Reckoning, comma the Reckoning.
Oh gosh.
Space
The
space
Reckoning
It's an
revision.
anime fighter. Yeah.
Revision
It's an
2
anime
apostrophe
fighter.
colon midnight blank director's cut S7 drag. Yeah, I don't know.
Exclamation mark.
And
There you go.
And then in brackets.
Various
yeah,
ASCII symbols.
something.
Yeah,
The
What do we put in
reckoning.
brackets at the end?
yeah, brackets.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's got to be like an abbreviation of something.
Any brackets, editor's note, please change.
Yeah.
By the
No,
time
it's-
it's done, the
Not for
abbreviation
print.
becomes a sentence.
Not for print.
Okay, so
I'm so meta, even this acronym.
yeah, so you guys, the 4 of you, Glimmer, Aphelion, Hamon, and Sonya, jump on that thing. Eclipsis, you walk up to your Devil's Ride. It's ready to go.
I skip up to it
Nice.
first of all. Just like a walk. Such a basic to my cool ass ride.
Just name the name it Unbreakable One. It's the one that broke.
Yeah, this was the remaining pieces.
oh.
I mean, I'm really tempted to go with Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, you can.
It's got
It's
these,
not a bad name.
these 2
Mhm.
big ass tusk.
That's true.
Yeah, there you go.
At the front.
All right, so for now it's gonna be Sweet Tooth. All one
Um,
word, or hyphenated.
Why would that be?
One
I
word.
think the original one's one word, if you're talking about the reference, but
It's a two, but it looks weird because it's like Sweet Tooth.
oh, the sweet tooth. Yeah, because there's 2 T's there.
Yeah, I think it's 2. I think it's 2 words. So it's sweet.
Sweet Tooth isn't.
I don't know. Real words can look fake. I swear I have this one
Mhm.
time. I hate it.
Okay, so it's currently the Sweet Tooth.
Or it's one word with 1 T.
Sweet tooth.
Sweet.
It's Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
Okay, so you realize that you have all the coins. Flip. And Sonya's trying to start. Sonya's trying to start the ride. Vroom.
And we never see her.
Right.
I'll flip a soul coin over to is Sonya driving it?
Yep.
I'll flip a soul
Yeah.
coin to Sonya.
I was a getaway driver earlier. I have to drive it.
And then I'll throw 1 into mine.
Okay, you throw one into the slot, and immediately the bike, the Devil's Ride, starts to vibrate violently, and it just goes as the furnace within it fires up, and all of you hear that terrible scream of whatever poor soul was contained within that coin is now burning in the furnace of the Devil's Ride.
I close my eyes and do a quick Hail Mary and ignore it.
God, it's that Rick and Morty thing where the sun.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Sonya, as you reach your hand out, and you do the cool guy, like just catch the coin. No worries.
Yeah.
It's big too because it's a 5-inch diameter coin. So that's a fucking big boy.
It's a plate.
You immediately get you get a vision, or you get this feeling of a guy driving a horse and buggy throughout the streets of Baldur's Gate, and watching in glee, laughing, cackling maniacally as behind the buggy, behind this carriage, is a noble being dragged by his feet, tied to the back axle of the carriage, and you just watch as his face is like slowly sliding off, bouncing off the pavement. You just watch as the skin is just left behind, and it's from your viewpoint. You just hear yourself laughing maniacally over and over and over again as the carriage Tokyo drifts around a corner. You jump off, it crashes and just careens into a building, just collapsing the side wall, and you just see a bloodied, crumpled mass of the body behind it, and you just run off into an alleyway.
God
Wow, that's kind of makes me actually want to go faster. Burn his soul a little bit faster.
So you shake your head, the vision goes away.
Son just immediately starts doing donuts in the parking lot.
Feel compelled to draw and quarter someone.
So.
I mean, like, I would mention to everyone else, like, yeah, so, it looks like, this here coin makes you see shit. Presumably the soul that it belonged to.
Oh, first
That's
time.
a lot of responsibility.
Yeah,
being
first
behind
time, fucking Glimmer. Yeah, Glimmer's experienced that before.
Yeah, I think how many people haven't had a hit of that yet?
It's only Hamon that hasn't now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Glimmer, you tossed a coin to Aphelion, didn't you?
Your Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
I was making a point not to touch them.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There's
still
just-
have one.
No, you still have 3.
You still have one, or yeah, you still got
No,
some.
no,
Well,
but
2.
we're
Sorry,
talking
you
about-
still have 2.
I have one now because I flipped one to Sonya, and then I.
Oh, and then Glimmer has the other one? Or did he give that? I thought Glimmer gave that to Flipsis.
I don't have it in my inventory.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you should have 2 more.
yeah.
So I should have 2. Did I already put it?
So just note 2 coins. That should be it.
Okay,
You
so
got
I'll
3
just
from
have
Mad
one.
Maggie, and you had 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonya, you
Oh,
throw it in the
No,
furnace.
Warlock's coin is different.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
yeah, we going in on this.
Okay. So you shake your head, throw it in the slot. You hear that like ka-tung, 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 ka-ting, ka-ting, and then suddenly, and you just hear that same like maniacal. This one is though it's like the maniacal scream, just like of a the fuck would it be like? It sounds like a TIE fighter. Just a TIE fighter screaming by in space. And yeah, the Tormentor, the uncrashable 2, Metallic Boogaloo, the Reckoning, fires up to life, flames blasting out of those extra big tailpipes that you had put on this thing. Hamon and Glimmer, you hold on tight as the vehicle rumbles up top. Aphelion, your teeth, you have to like brace yourself as your teeth begin to chatter involuntarily as you're just being like vibrated around in the harpoon nest of this thing.
I look to Maggie, and over the roar of the engine, I say, do you happen to have goggles?
She reaches into a tool chest next to her, rummages through it for a second, and throws goggles up to you.
Perfect. I put on the goggles.
There's like a slight crack in one of the lenses, and you swear that there's probably some blood that had dripped over the other lens itself.
Oh God.
They're slightly used, sweetie, but no do.
I find some
Laser roll.
spikes.
Good.
I find some spikes around like the scrapyard to puncture through my my leather armor. I like the shoulders.
Okay. Give me just a dexterity check there,
Okay.
just to see how well you do it.
Don't be a fool.
Roll.
Uh-oh.
I mean, You don't hurt yourself. You don't hurt yourself. You basically just don't look as badass as you wanted to.
Alright,
Probably ruin your jacket in the
It's
process.
like kid level cosplay.
Yeah. It's like when you
Target gaming
trying to tape just duct taping shit to your armor.
No, like this, Glimmer.
Duct tape spikes.
Like this.
Baby's first hell ride.
Oh, do you help him out? Do you help him out, Aphelion?
Sick.
Sick. So yeah, there you go. So you help him out, and now you see Glimmer has spiky pauldrons on his shoulders.
Nice. And I'll dig out into my my disguise kit and I'll put some black paint on the eyes, get some eyeshadow.
Get real fucking war boy up in here.
Mm.
All right.
You're just cosplaying in D&D a Raiders fan.
Oh, jeez. Fuck. Nice.
Got him.
All
Yeah, I
right.
got the black and yellow.
So-
duct tape and war paint.
Yeah, basically. So Maggie
look
smiles
badass.
at you all. And she says, "Oh, you look awesome. You guys look like naturals. Remember, keep in touch, and if you need any repairs or need to come back somewhere, just remember how you got here, okay?"
Okay.
Right, will do.
Noted.
Okay. So
Let's roll.
yeah, you throw it in gear,
Got it.
Sonya.
Oh yeah, I would think of kind of like the test, like change into gear, kind of like. And I
Yeah.
don't know like how strong the brakes or gas are. Like the first foot pedal just go lurch forward.
Okay, yeah, you definitely run over one or two of those madcaps, just like just fucking. You hear a slight popping sound from beneath you.
Oh God.
Wait,
Oh,
so,
no.
Sonya, yeah, you roll back, and then forward again, and then back once more, and then let's get the fuck out of here.
I think I just hear like in my head, it's just like first blood, brother.
Yep. Oh yeah, Tempest is just like, more of that, brother. Let's keep it up. All right, so you get your feeling for it. It is going to be different because this thing has a shit ton of horsepower. You haven't really, I mean, you only have ever probably driven a 2 horsepower buggy, aka 2 horses. And now you got this thing that is powered by the soul of an angry psychotic person. So
Also
that's
conveniently a buggy driver.
yeah. So you turn this thing around and you rumble out of the garage towards the opening of the gate. Flip,
Hell yeah.
you follow?
Yeah.
All right. So the two of you.
I stop. Like once we get out, I would like to stop us by one of the goo pits, so that I
Wait,
can
wait,
make
wait.
some fucking frag grenades.
And on my way, I want to do one of the stunt.
Okay, you gonna try this again? Because like we're just forget that what happened last time. It's fine. Yeah, and Aphelion, so give me we'll have you roll a perception check to look for them because there's not one. They're not like dotting the landscape everywhere. They're common, but yeah. All right, so the door is rolled open. That large kind of debris junkyard door is pulled open by some red caps, and your cars rumble outside. You guys now have full range of the hellscape of Avernus. What do you do, Sonya?
I think the first opportunity I see would just be like, let's see how much soul this puppy can burn. Just floor it obnoxiously. Probably the risk is flipping, but you know what? I don't know.
In the back, you just Dios mío.
Yep. So no, you floor it, and you get that full fucking. You just feel the amount of power surge beneath you in this thing, as you hit it, 100 fucking feet in 6 seconds with a dash. That's 200 feet in 6 seconds. Give me the
Nice.
Glimmer and Hamon. You fucking hold on as suddenly the car just lurches. Flip, you see the dust of Avernus kick up as Sonya fucking kicks the thing into full gear, heading off over the landscape.
Could I pretend that before I planned this, I asked Mad Maggie for some really dope goggles?
Yeah, you definitely all need some goggles. There's very little
Okay,
there's very little protection.
because I was like,
So the goggles you have, Flip, they look like they were fashioned from like it's basically like a skull on top of your head, with
Dope.
like the eyes.
So
It's like
so I got a helmet with like glass
it's a
eyes.
helmet. It's a helmet, and it's like some strange bug-like beast. So the eye holes are just these large like globular bug things. Luckily, they don't have the refractive like multi-vision things. You would not be able to drive if you're looking through that. So you don't get the
Well,
kaleidoscope.
I just thought I'd be coming at someone like my eyes were fucking massive.
Yeah,
which
it does
would
look
also
like
be
that right now.
hilarious.
Yeah, you have like the
Awesome.
equivalent of giant googly eyes. So, all right, yeah, you pull the helmet down over your head as you watch the dust cloud, the dust plume blow up in your face as Sonya just does the fucking like off-road bro, like leave you in the dust type of thing.
And then I go, and I do a stunt through it and like dive over the whatever
Okay.
the fuck he just jumped off of.
All right, so give me a dexterity check. Using the bike's dexterity. So
me
open
or-
up sweet,
okay.
yeah,
I got
open
it,
up
I
Sweet
got it.
Tooth and just
Got
click
it.
dex. There you go.
Nice.
All right, so Sonya, you're fucking chug like everybody's like bumping around, hitting all the rocks and the ridges of Avernus, and then suddenly in the background you hear that other roar. So yours sounds like the TIE fighter, or yours sounds like the guy just being like, "Ah!" And then Flipsis is suddenly you hear that TIE fighter noise that as she launches over you. You just get that slow-mo of Flip just like going over Aphilion's head in the harpoon nest as the
And I wink with my big ass bug eye.
Yeah.
I hold out my hand for a high five.
all
I
right.
totally try to reach for it as
Yeah,
I'm flying
that-
over.
That's
Dex,
fine. Yeah,
Dex,
you're just like Dex for
Oh,
both
mine-
of you.
mine-
Yeah,
mine's
hold on,
four of
let
it.
me- that's my dex though, right?
Yes, your Dex on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Save or check?
Just check.
I did a save, my B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
the
fine.
Same, so.
Yeah. So yeah, we just watched that cinematic moment. It's just and then slow
Hell
motion
yeah.
high five. Flip lands without a problem, and you guys thunder off into the distance. Clouds of dust falling behind you.
I kind of get a little bit of a fishtail, and then
Yeah.
I bring it back and just,
Mhm.
just go. Whoosh.
So, Flipsis, are you staying with the Unbreakable 2, or are you or the Uncrashable 2, or are you kind of scouting a little bit further ahead?
I might be a little bit ahead. I don't think I want to go like too far ahead. Like I probably keep it within scream shot.
Okay. Scream shot. I got it. Nice. Okay. So yeah, you are a little bit ahead. The car because the Devil's Ride is a little bit speedier. 120, I believe. Yeah, 120 instead of 100. Felion, as you're in the harpoon nest, you look out over the landscape. You see like the blasted craters, spikes sticking up. You see what looks to be like large like rock formations, and you shield your eyes against the dust and the wind through those goggles, and you see a pool of ichor just off the starboard bow. The left.
I point, then I'm like, wait. And then I look down, I'm like, 3 o'clock.
Time
we got
is an
one-
illusion! I shout over the
Oh god, he's eating more good berries.
I was like, I poke my head down, like, Sonya, that direction, green pool, goop, let's make some grenades.
I don't know what a grenade is, but we need more of that green goop. We
Yes,
need more
green
go-go
goop.
juice.
Yep.
More go-go juice.
Oh, we have
Yeah, you just hear Glimmer and Hamon. You just hear a fella yelling down from the top. We gotta go juice! And it's just like you're all screaming at the top of your lungs. You can talk normally. You guys don't have to yell into Discord, but it's everything is just like Hamon. You're just like you don't hear shit. You just hear the wind rushing past your ears, and your eyes are just like blinded with the dust. And Sonya just jerks the wheel. The rear of the Tormentor kicks out, hops over a little dune and heads in the direction of the goop.
Because I'm a little bit ahead of them, do I hear?
You hear the car.
You'd
You look. I mean, I'm assuming that you're like looking over your shoulder and seeing these things happen.
And like keeping track of them.
Yeah. So you watch as the Tormentor turns, veers off.
Do these vehicles have mirrors?
No. Fuck no. What are you talking about?
Like, what
You
is
don't need
that?
mirrors. You don't need to see behind you. It's only
Yeah.
one direction. That's
Yeah, the
forward.
future's in front of you, dumbass.
Your blind, just whatever's in your blind spot, you just hit it.
Shouldn't have been
Like,
there.
Immediately
So,
goes
like,
from time is an
yeah,
illusion
I'll-
to your future is in front of you.
Yeah.
I think you're a little confused there.
He's making his
Sounds
own
like-
philosophy.
Sounds
Future
like
is
they're
not
all,
time constrict.
They're all
Yeah.
South Bay drivers, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right, so you veer off. You veer off of where of like Lulu, who's directing you, kind of basically due north at this point. You veer off towards this large pool of demon ichor. You get there. Doesn't take you that long. You Sonya, you pull up beside it, and you can cut the engine if you want. You don't have to leave it running.
Oh yeah, when we get there, I would turn it off because keeping him. I know that we're not gonna
Time is
have
money.
infinite fuel.
Yeah. So you turn it off, and that noise just slowly dribbles out as it has that kind of like feeling of the like a big engine like slowly like the thing rumbles and rattles to a stop.
I like to think that as it winds down, the screaming stops, and it's just like an existential exclamation, like I could have been a doctor.
Yeah. Just bang.
Oh god.
So the dust cloud from behind you washes over you, covering you guys all and wrapping you in a moment of like this red kind of blur. Flipsis pulls up next to you guys as well, and yeah, you see this large pool, probably 40 feet across, of this green, viscous-looking liquid, and you look out over it, and you can see like bits and pieces of bodies and bones and limbs popping out of it. There's a partially
vials worth.
Yeah, there's a partially decomposed, like half of a body of this huge, large looking ugly demon. It's just his ass hanging out of the pool, like two legs and a butt, and like the rest of the torso is in the pool.
It's like that Manaroth thing, Warcraft.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Where it's just these pools where these demons have their bodies have decomposed into terrible fucking shit. All right. So yeah, you start filling up those bottles. It takes you a little bit. It's not instantaneous. I do want you to give me a dexterity sleight of hand check as you're making sure that you're being safe with these bottles there.
I'm gonna use inspiration on this one.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
good.
So you finish it even quicker than you would have. So you just dunk, 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 dunk. So you take these dozen bottles of all different various kind of like shapes and looks to them. You fill them all up with demon ichor fairly quickly. As you finish, you don't get any of it on you, and you make sure that they're very well stopped and taken care of. Where are you gonna store them?
Anybody want some demon ichor explosive devices?
Yes,
No.
I'll take 12.
Um,
Well,
want
you
some.
can use those as well for.
Yeah,
I mean,
big
there's the demon
weird,
ichor for the
yeah.
go-go juice or explosive devices. They're not grenades quite yet. You've bottled them up.
Okay, got it.
Go-go juice will be useful.
These can be
Yep, go-go
very
juice.
useful as go-go juice.
I will give 4 to Eclipsis, 4 to Sonya, and keep 4 for myself.
Dope.
Okay, so Sonya, you got 4 go-go juices. All right, now 5, including the one that Chukka and Clonk gave you.
For go-go juice. Is it
All right.
really called go-go juice?
You can call it go-go juice.
It's a vial of demon ichor, is what I have it as, but
Yes.
you know, call it what you
I'm
want.
calling
Go-go
it
juice is
4
like-
go-go juices.
4 go-go juices.
Go juice.
Go locos.
Oh yeah,
It's probably not too
Four
far
go-go.
off, honestly.
yeah, very
Right.
true.
Watermelon
Okay.
flavor.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, while that was going on,
It's great
did
flavor. actually.
did Mad Maggie tell me the word of command for this dagger she'd handed to me?
No, she didn't actually.
Okay. So I would spend this moment as we've stopped to, while everyone's out looking at stuff, sit down, pull out the dagger, kind of hiding it from everyone else, and then take a moment to investigate it to see if I can figure out what that word of, one, if I recognize this thing at all, and two, what that word might be.
Right. So, it would take you longer than the time it's taking to fill up these vials as you guys kind of sit out here. Do you want to use a spell slot to do like an identify or anything like that? I don't remember if you already did.
I did not, because I don't think
No,
it was just
you
handed
just
to me, and I
yeah.
was miffed, so I didn't even think about it. So I will
I was miffed.
so miffed. I will use identify. I don't have it prepared, but I can ritually cast it if
Yeah.
this stop takes 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it actually
Okay.
kind of concedes, and actually will. This is a great kind of great moment, and I want to see how you react to this, because as the party is kind of like, I would say probably Sonya and Eclipsis and Aphelion are gathered around like the edge of that Ichor Lake, just filling up those vials and trying to like get them all situated, getting them distributed, and you concentrate as you're sitting there in the Tormentor, in the Uncrashable 2. Lulu is kind of slowly like fluttering around above. You ritually finish that spell, and you identify the dagger as what I sent you. It's what I shared. It's called the Dancing Devil, and you do learn the name of the like command word, and so we just see you just like break into a cold sweat. You immediately recognize the name. It is a name very, very close to you, and a name that just sends shivers of dread down your spine.
I probably drop it.
Mm-hmm.
Look around and see if anyone saw that.
They're
I assume
walking.
everyone's over at the pool.
They're just like they're
Actually, I probably didn't see it.
no, they're like, you guys are occupied and you're now heading backwards, and so this is where you kind of either can compose yourself, Hamon, or you can figure out how you're going to react.
I'm gonna look to Churro, and I mean, I'm not gonna keep a secret or anything. I'll just say to Churro's like, how did Nagi know? How would she have this? And then I shake it off, and then I'll grab it carefully with 2 fingers, not trying to get too much of attention, or you know. Okay, and then I assume it came with some sort of sheath or whatever, so I'll put it back into that, and then do my best to not look like just saw a ghost.
There's no sheath.
Oh, damn. Well,
Yeah.
We'll put it through a waistband sash or whatever I have.
Yeah.
And just do my best to smile as people come back.
Okay, give me a deception check. This is something, I feel like this is something that would shake you to your core, and probably you'd have something on your face. Okay.
Yep.
So everybody who's coming up, you don't even need to like, if those who are just like looking, you notice that, I mean, you can tell me what you would look like, Hamon. Is it something that is like very visible? Does it just look like you need to take a shit? Like, what's going on?
It's cold sweat, basically. White as a sheet, kind of breathing a little bit heavy. Basically, I think it'd be the same thing where, like, if you just missed a near-death experience, or kind of recovering back from that, as your body calms back down. So, yeah, like, it's so hot down here. Thanks.
You're right
Okay.
there, big
You're
man.
not much of an
Oh,
adrenaline junkie, are you?
Hey, this is very fast. I've never gone this fast in my life. I have to say, it's mildly disconcerting. I have to make sure I lock myself in. And then as I pull out the manacle again and reattach it, I feel much safer this way. So yeah, don't mind me. I will. I'll get used to this in time, I'm sure. Yeah.
All
By
right.
the end of this, every time we get in here, Hamon's just gonna manacle himself from all 4 limbs. spread his legs.
Wow. Oh god, I'm imagining that fucking
Man.
the Jujimufu gif where he's on the exercise rack with the rubber bands. I don't know if you guys have seen that one where he's just like, whoa, whoa, like he's just like bouncing all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, Sonya, you get back in the driver's seat with the 5 vials next to you. Flipsis gets back into the sweet tooth. And as you guys start up the vehicles
Can it
again.
Be sweet tooth with an F?
Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah, this is hell. There are no rules here.
Oh, whew. Sorry. I knew I was making a mistake just with sweet tooth.
All right, so sweet tooth. There you go.
Okay.
So as you guys start up your hell rides and your war machines again, start to head off in the other direction. Felion, you in your harpoon nest, you look over the horizon and you see a plume of red dust traveling in your direction.
We got company.
What?
Yeah, you like
I said we got company.
Sonya, you stick your head out of
Freddy
the
wants to hump a knee.
Sonya, you stick your head out of the window and you look back and you can see that plume of red smoke as well.
Am I still ahead?
Slightly right now. Yeah, cruising.
I'd probably figure out just like, oh boy, try to get like Eclipse's, like try to catch up to Eclipse's if possible. But if she's going way too fast,
No, if I
you know,
if I see that, I'll kind of skip back to match your speed.
Yep. Slowly pumps the brakes and vroom, pulls up next to matches speed with the uncrashable.
basically I'd have like my head out the window, Jim Carrey style.
Mm-hmm.
Driving. Just like, is the plume like gaining on us? Is it about the same speed?
It's coming from a perpendicular. It's coming from a perpendicular way, like to your. If you guys are heading north-ish right now, it's coming from the east, a little bit behind you, and you look out, and then suddenly you see coming over a ridge. You see a large war machine, like launch itself over the ridge, blast its way through a skull buried in the ground. You see a row of gnashing and chomping blades at the front of this thing as this large demon grinder charges towards you.
Does it look friendly?
As you give me a perception. Yeah, give me a perception check, Mister Aphelion. Perception check as you're kind of in the crow's nest.
All right, perception. Consistent.
Yeah. So you, as you're cruising along, you look back, you shield your eyes against the dust and the wind through those goggles, and you like squint your eyes. You see this large infernal row machine barreling towards you. Its crew consisting of boar-headed, rat-headed humanoids, all of them wearing goggles. You see the same way Jim Carrey style from the front. You see this large, multi-tusked boar man, like with his fist out the window, pumping up and down, like rah, 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 as this thing races towards you. You can see in the back as well. There's a large wrecking ball swinging back and forth.
Oh, nice.
As it barrels in your direction.
I
So
don't think they're friendly.
yeah, so we're gonna go over to a map, and we're gonna take a quick break because I need more beer for this.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's how you know
I'm
it's gonna
the
get good.
same.
So let's take a quick break as shit's about to kick.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I want to move you guys. I know where I'm gonna put you guys. So can you guys see everything on this map right now
Yeah.
as it loads up?
Oh, this map is huge. Oh my.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
going fast, bro.
I know. If you guys are going 100 fucking feet around,
Yeah.
So that while
Yeah.
dashing, that means we're going about 38 miles an hour, which is probably faster than any of us have ever gone in our lives.
yeah. Well, I mean, there
A
are
horses sprints at 28 or 30,
yeah.
and a boat. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of spell stuff because there's like magic and shit. All right, we'll take that quick break and we'll be right back, guys. Let's and we'll be back with some combat.
Bearing up.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Just like a 10-minute break here as we prep this lovely combat that we're about to have. Take it easy. Everybody hold on to your butts. More D&D after this. Don't go anywhere. Be back in 10 minutes or less. Alrighty. We are back in it. Alright, I need to fucking... I need to make sure that I have all the right people in all the right places. Where is that noise coming from? So, let's get this thing on the road. I don't need that for now. I just need this book. I need to get my phone out of my pocket. That up there. And we're going to do... Alright, Nate. Take it easy, dude. Okay. How many homies are there? Alright.
That's my possible backup character. Is supposed to be fucking the Doomslayer.
Why do you guys have
Just fucking the
backup
Doomslayer, huh?
characters?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I have future characters.
That means you're expecting to fail.
I
Oh,
always
nah.
expect to fail. This is fucking
No, I'm
D&D.
Alright.
Here's the thing.
I never
Something
have a
I've
backup
learned.
character, guys.
Something I've learned is everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
It's fine. I'm a
That's
wizard.
totally not true.
I got plenty
Anything
of
that
HP.
goes right, you will make go wrong.
Exactly.
No, like the whole premise of my story is that everything just happens to go right.
I'm
Because
gonna...
my
You guys have...
great-great-granddaddy is
You guys do
apparently-
have access to your... You guys have access to your character sheets on this page, right? Obviously. Because I think some of you will be doing casting and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Character sheet, but I can't click on my character token
There's no
for
token.
initiative. Okay.
Oh.
So it does,
Yeah. Oh, okay. No. I'll drag you guys on then. Okay.
okay. Just plus it's just like a reference point for initiative.
Yeah.
Put
so
it in
little
the
tiny
corner
box.
somewhere.
Like we know we're not really there, but we're kind of there.
We're observing third party or a third person view.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll explain how this is
We're like
gonna
watching a movie.
happen. So,
Okay.
so there's some interesting bits here where like, so the main thing that's gonna matter is the driver. The drivers of each thing. How this is gonna work is every single round, you're going to roll your initiative again. So.
That's fucking crazy.
So
I like it.
reason being is because I don't like the way chase mechanics work in D&D, because it typically just means that you're going to like you just outrun, right? So how it's going to work is that the drivers roll their initiative, whoever's piloting these motherfuckers, and whoever rolls the highest initiative gets to go. The beginning of the round just is where all the like driving is declared. Okay, so whoever rolls the highest initiative actually gets to go last, in the sense where they get to react to all the other like vehicle movements.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Optimizing the turn order for how you would react in a chase.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was trying to think about it. I'm like, I don't want it to go simultaneously, because that doesn't really make sense. There should be there should be something that you get better because you rolled more initiative, or you rolled a higher initiative as a character. Okay, so
Man, this is where the ice wall from Divinity 1 would be good.
yeah, just fucking throw that shit up there.
Mm.
All right.
Or the firewall,
May.
and it's just metal as fuck when the enemy truck drives through it.
No, it's
I
the
mean-
fucking
Hell
the blade
I-
wall
yeah.
where the enemy truck just goes skrrr.
Blade wall goes Berber.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So
Russian
that's what we're gonna
exchange.
do for now. Yeah. So it has all these. Basically, it's just like the. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure. Sure. Ability scores, hit points. Action stations and crew. Driving. The helm. The infernal machine has a chair with levels, pedals, other controls. Are you proficient? Sonya, you're proficient with land vehicles, right? I believe.
Actually,
That's-
no. No, I just
Oh.
happen to fall into this role.
Okay, no, it's no, and that's fine.
Lied on his resume.
The only
Job.
difference there is that you could use a proficiency bonus on. There'll be times when like the tormentor itself needs to make a save, in terms of like, a mishap or something like that, and then you'd be able to use your proficiency bonus in that case. Oh,
Okay.
fuck, that was the last thing. Maggie also gave you, as you were leaving, she chucked a bag inside the tormentor containing a set of tinker's tools and a set of blacksmith tools.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And she yelled out,
You're gonna need those to repair the vehicle.
so there you go. That's the other thing. Great. So let's all roll initiative. We're gonna roll initiative, and I gotta check on the I'll check on the homies who are doing the driving first.
Hell yeah.
Wait, so am I rolling Flip's initiative?
Yes, you are.
Can you guess what I'm gonna mention?
I'm just gonna do this for now, root of all beers, and then if it doesn't really work, we'll figure it out.
That Flip rolled a 1.
Wow. Jesus.
No, I wasn't going to mention that, but now I will. Did you see that Eclipsis rolled a 1?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's
Guys,
good.
guys, I got sure to say something new.
Truly.
Ironically,
Yes.
Sonya still rolls a higher initiative. Actually, all of you guys roll higher initiative than the driver of the fucking thing. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's a wereborn. Oh, no, I didn't see that. I didn't see wereborn.
No, you saw boar-like creatures. You don't. Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of a Wenbor, really.
Wow, boo.
Time is an
So
illusion.
when it says this is a harpoon launcher, does it have a chain and a winch, or is it just a?
No, it's like it's a
essentially
launcher.
You just have a magazine of
Harpoons.
harpoons.
Yeah, there's
are
10.
just
You have
large,
10. They're large
spears.
Yeah, they're large spears. Exactly. Okay, so. All right. So at the top of the round, we check the. I'm gonna just have that as an added thing, a custom label, drive.
Quick question for future reference: does the sharpshooter perk count for the feat for? Does that count for harpoon launching?
Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah!
You have a laser sight on your harpoon launcher.
Okay, so top of the round, drive. So the ironically, the big guy is going first, but that's fine. So he launches over this big thing, launches over this ridge, decimates a fucking boulder in the process, and comes barreling towards you guys. It starts off further back because I want it to start at its maximum range away from you. Yeah. So it's barreling right behind you, like in a direct chase. So that's what its move is going to be, is to literally try to like get as close as it can to you, like right there. So up next is going to be a Flipsis. What would your reaction to that be?
Wait, a Flipsis?
Yeah. Flipsis
She's
rolled a
driving.
4. She's driving.
Drivers go
I'm-
first.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying,
So-
yeah,
So all she's doing is her movement.
this is just the movement, right?
So this thing's coming at me?
Oh, it's coming at both of you.
It's just coming like straight, like here?
Yeah. It's gonna be. That's
Okay.
where it's gonna end its
Um,
movement.
What can I... Do I have to like drive straight? Can I
No.
like flip around?
Yeah, you can do any movement you want.
Or
That would be your action for the turn.
just anything? That'd
Thank
be
you guys for the raid.
that'd be
Greatly
my-
appreciate
my
it. Welcome
action.
everybody. Yes, driving. So here's the other thing as well for the drivers. You can forego the action of driving the war machine, and it will just continue in a straight line, like the way it was going. So that's how you can say something like, if a caster, for example, if a Flipsis wanted to cast a spell, she could forgo the driving action and forgo maneuverability and have this thing go in a straight line of 120 feet in order for her to cast a spell.
Were we moving? We were moving in this direction.
Oh yes, you are moving in this direction. You are moving straight like west right now on this map.
Straight.
Wow.
So we're moving in this direction.
Sorry, east.
Okay. Okay, so how quick is this thing?
Yours?
Based on what we just saw it move. No, this thing.
Oh, I mean it's big. It's about the same speed as your tormentor buddy.
Okay, so I'm a little bit faster than it.
Yep.
Technically. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on in this direction.
Okay.
Just straight.
Okay. So you're gonna forego the driving action. You're not gonna actually maneuver at all.
I'm not gonna maneuver at all.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drive straight in that direction. And
Thank you for that
would
follow.
I,
And I
knowing
definitely
our
know the
tormentor
spoilers.
buddy and my
It's
bike,
all good.
would I know if,
Appreciate it.
like, for example, like lightning damage do anything
Sure it would.
to this big hunk of metal?
I'm sure it would. Yeah.
Bzz, bzz.
Okay.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of ways to find out, but there's only one reasonable way to find out in this situation. Yes, pragmatic, that's the word.
That might not be what I want to do.
So you're gonna move. So I'm just gonna say your decision is just to move in the full movement directly the same way you were going, right?
Correct.
Okay. So your action will then occur on that 4. So
Okay, so I don't have to do my action yet.
nope.
Okay.
So that's where you're gonna end up.
Well, but that's where I end up at the end of turn.
So
Right.
driving happens first,
Yeah.
and then we go through the whole turn order.
Mhm.
Okay, but say I was driving, let go of the wheel, and while driving, let out a spell at the end of that turn order. Would I be at my max of 120 feet, or would I be,
No.
say, 100 feet
This
away?
is all loosey-goosey. Distances in this are going to be really fucky. So just don't worry. You're at the end of your turn. You're going to be 120 feet away. So there. And then you could have a spell. A spell can go off sometime during that turn. So don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
The last driver is Sonya. Where are you going to go? This thing is barreling down on your ass.
All right. I think it'd be more of like, I don't think anyone's gonna be doing any boarding action or a look around, and like no one looks like they're ready to go boarding action on this. Everyone wants to be far away, so except for myself. So I think we'll move like down here-ish.
Okay. So you're going to do your full 100.
Yeah. Yeah,
And you can-
sure.
Yeah, and
Or
it doesn't even.
I don't know. I don't want to move anyone out of like their range. So I know.
Don't worry about that at all. It's just gonna.
Okay,
This
but
is
yeah, we like keep pulling away from them. Just string them along.
okay. Sweet. And you guys you look at each other. Flips his ride, goes off to the left, and then you go off to the right. Cool. All right. So now we're in the turn order. Aphelion, you start to feel the tormentor. You start to feel the tormentor turning away, going in the other direction. What are you gonna do? You can shoot your bolt at him as it starts to pull away. You can aim at some of the homies on this thing. There are dudes. You see 2 little rat motherfuckers hanging off the side, and you see some other piggy boys hanging off the side as well.
Fuck it, I'm aiming for the driver.
Okay.
Which I know he'll have 3/4 cover or whatever, but
Pop, pop.
1d20
Take.
plus 7.
18.
That probably doesn't
Helm
Wait,
grants 3/4 cover, which is hold up. What were you gonna say, Helmon?
I actually don't know where this resolves, but I could potentially use one of my portent die here.
You definitely
But
could.
I think I do that after I know whether it hit or not. Let me look.
Yeah, I just need to look up the cover because
Or
cover is
to-
always annoying.
I think it's plus 2 half and plus 5 3/4 to AC.
Damage, improvised, protected. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
3/4 is plus
No,
5 to
I have
AC.
Yeah, I have to choose before the roll. Never mind.
Okay.
So,
And you're not going to?
well, the roll's already happened, so I'm not. I can't.
Got it.
I thought
All
it was
right.
after the roll happened, but before you knew the hit. But...
Oh,
I thought
wow.
it was 2, but
So the 18 hits.
oh damn.
Oh,
So this
yeah.
guy's head is out the window like, get them! Hunt them down! And then suddenly just fucking just as he gets fucking thudded by the this thing.
Good damage.
Nice.
It sticks in his shoulder and you guys watch him dangle like a rag for a moment and then he just rips it out. Kill! And he tries to, and he's basically like angrily driving after you. All right.
9 more.
Okay. The were-rats are just like, yeah! And they yell out angrily as you were pulling away. And they're going to try to shoot at Aphelion on the top there. Aphelion,
Question, can I
yes.
have my shield out while I'm up here?
No, you can't. This thing is a two-handed.
Okay.
This is definitely two-handed.
Figured, but
Yeah.
gotta try.
Oh yeah, for sure. So,
Anyone has to ask?
bing, an 11, boom, a 20. Will the 20 hit you without the
20,
shield?
I gotta take my shield off, but my shield is 4, so that'd be. Put me down
But
to
I would
18
also,
plus
but I'm
5.
also gonna say
No,
you
18
do
plus
have. Hold up.
I think you have half cover in the
You have half
harpoon.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah, so half cover in the harpoon is +2, so that puts me. Actually, I think that just hits me. I'm pretty sure that puts me at 20.
Yeah. So the first one flies over your head. The second one, swing. And yeah, so you'll take a lovely little 4 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Yep. All right.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
No, not that bad. All right. The other angry werebores are just fucking hanging onto the side of the thing. They can't really do much. They have no ranged attacks. Alrighty. Glimmer, as the tormentor pulls away, what are you gonna do?
All right, I'll yell out to Aphelion because he's on the cannon. I'll yell, "Blast these pigs!" For inspiration.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna pull out my piece, and I'm gonna fire a snack at one of the guys on the sides.
Coming straight from the underground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh man.
At which one? Oh, a snake. Okay, I will assume that you also gathered up enough, you have enough.
Yeah, we did that before we left.
Yeah,
snacks to put in there. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Who are you?
So this
which
is
one are you
like
firing it
the-
at?
This
Pig
is
or
one of the
pig or
guys on the
rat?
sides doing nothing.
Okay. Well, actually, so the 2 pigs, one of them is operating the big wrecking ball, the other one is operating the chompers. And the were-rats are actually in the harpoon flinger, so they should have had some cover, but that's okay.
I'll go with the guy on the wrecking
Harpoon?
ball then.
Wrecking ball guy?
Or-
Okay. Let me see what the wrecking ball, half cover. Okay. That will hit him.
Yeah.
Snack.
4 damage, and there's a snack on their boat.
Okay,
I'm
great.
tired as motherfucking snakes.
Yeah.
Fucking demon
On
grinder.
the-
So yeah, we just
Fucking
watch as
land
this,
boat.
and suddenly this thing just flies through the air, and this guy who's on the wrecking ball, like kind of, it's like one of those like side things hanging off the back, looking at you. The ball is like swinging on the side of this thing. It's just like suddenly just in midair, just and just fucking bites him in his chest, just like son of a bitch. What was the damage on that? Sorry, 4.
4 poison.
Okay. Okay, nice. So just okay. He angrily tries to wreck at you again. Let's see. Hamon.
All right, I'm gonna use my big brain as I look back at this thing, and I'm going to aim a fireball at the point where I think I could hit the most of either rat folk or pig folk on the back.
So the demon grinder itself is technically a gargantuan vehicle, and you would just, it can hit everybody, right? Like gargantuans is 20 by 20.
Oh, okay, then it's gonna be like an air burst above the top, or wherever wherever they're most gathered.
Okay, you'll hit
So
everybody.
here it comes. Fireball, golden fiery. Oh, I'll just do it at 3rd level. Yeah, it's 3rd level. Woo!
My snake!
No. This
Yeah, the snake is definitely dead. The snake. The snake who's just like angrily, like it's in the fucking like weird cockpit of this it's like yeah, it's in the cockpit of the wrecking ball in the back, and then suddenly you just there's a fireball that just blasts above the air of this thing, roasting everybody. All right, let me just make checking with these rats and these boars. That looks good to me. All right, so I'm just gonna do a group save for them, and then I will make sure. So the were-rats have half cover, and then this is vehicle combat is annoying. Helm is 3/4, chomper is half, wrecking ball is half, half on the rest of them. Okay, so I'm gonna just roll the 4 main guys first. Back.
Will these guys get any bonuses for cover?
They do. So that it's cover is +2 to their dex.
Okay.
So this is going to be dexterity save for all of them. One of them, the one in the chomper will save. The other one will save as well. Both were-rats. One of the were-rats fails terribly, and the other were-rat saves.
Okay.
Because the 14 + 2.
Yep.
Okay, so
So
you
they
guys,
have-
you watch as there's the 2 harpoon flingers on the top of this thing. You watch as one of the rats just rolls on the ground as it just dies, falls off the top of this thing. You've killed one of them.
Nice.
The other one's terribly injured. There's just like a smoke. You just see a smoke plume off the back of this thing as it's like rumbling across the hellscape towards you. There's just like this rat like smoldering on fire.
I guess I found a gif for this. This is gonna be. I'm thinking of the pod racing scene where the engine starts rolling and catches fire.
Yeah.
I can't find it, but yeah, that's what I'm imagining. It's out there somewhere.
Everybody likes to hate on the movie, but I thought the pod racing.
Oh,
was
no! Everybody hates on
No,
the acting. The
absolutely.
pod racing itself is
Yeah.
absolutely
Ours is
great.
fantastic. Yeah,
All right, and then I need one more save for a werebore guy in the front. Dexterity save. He definitely saves. He has half cover in the helm, so he takes half the damage though. Okay. Next up is the werebore in the chompers. He can't do.
Actually, real quick, does the machine itself take any damage from the fireball?
You are right. It does.
Because I imagine it's pretty explosive, so I don't know how that works.
Immunity to fire.
It does not. Well, actually, no. It takes half.
No, so I'm gonna call
Oh.
this one. I'm gonna call this one
Yeah.
an immunity at this point. It's not like when you have that thing against the against a
It's like a
creature, it
magical
makes sense.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is just the material itself
Yeah, I'm not burning
is made out of
steel.
hell. Yeah, no, it's actually made out of like hellfire metal. Like, yeah, it just
Okay.
Planet.
yeah, it's just gnarly. So it
bitches.
scorches over it, washes over it, but
Uh-huh.
those guys get cooked. The heat
That's
from
actually
it is
probably
still
better,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah, the heat from it is still enough. The wrecking ball the chomper can't do shit, and all right, the other were-rat who is dead doesn't do anything. Sonya, you were driving, so you continue. Flip, what were you gonna do on your turn as your thing continues straight?
I'm going to be doing a really cool shift it into gear and then kind of spin around. So that's not how bikes work.
No, I know what you mean. You're like looking over your shoulder back at it as the thing is like
I'm
you stick
keeping the gear locked and
Yeah.
so that I'm
you
yeah.
open the throttle, you stick the throttle, and you just turn around so you can just even spin around and sit on the seat backwards if you want
spin
to.
around and sit like I'm a G. And then
Thank you for that host, Shadow
blow out
Assassins.
a light
Appreciate it.
at the straight out at that guy.
Okay, so you are definitely gonna hit the chomper and the chomper, the driver, and you can either hit the werebore in the wrecking ball or the other rat in the harpoon flinger.
So are they both just straight back?
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that the harpoons were like off to either side of this large vehicle, and the wrecking ball is straight back. So you're like either going straight through the vehicle, hitting 3 things that way, or straight through, or at an angle, hitting the driver and the chomper, and then the harpoon.
I'll just go straight back.
Okay. So you're
I'll
gonna
just
hit
like,
all the
"Ooh."
werebores. Nice. Okay. Go ahead. Roll me damage.
How?
Ooh, nice. Okay, DC 15.
The Jukes.
Jukes. Okay, so all 4 of them are gonna roll. All the piggies. Okay. And we're gonna do. So one of them fails critically. I think that's gonna be the driver. The driver fails critically, so he even with 3/4 cover, he'll take the brunt of that. So he'll take the 29 as he just gets blasted in the face. The other werebores, one of them saves, takes half that damage, so a rounded down, so 14. And then the other one fails as well and takes the full brunt of that damage, so 29. Wow, nice. So
And then any flammable objects
ignite.
ignite.
Yeah, so you just watch as much, once again, more scorching, more like smoke is spewing from this thing as it rumbles and bounces over the terrain. It will, wow, it is not dexterous. So this thing, it is going to have to make a save as you hit that as well. It fails its dex. The demon grinder fails the dex save. Jeez. Okay.
That's a crit fail too.
So
Damn.
you watch as that one, you go above the damage threshold. That's the other thing, by the way. If you guys open up the sheets, you'll notice where it says damage threshold, and then mishap threshold. Damage threshold means that you have to deal 10 or more damage in order to actually damage these vehicles.
Oh, because you can't just like slowly plink them down.
Right.
I'll use my daggers.
Yep. And the next one is the mishap threshold, meaning if you go above that amount of damage, it suffers a mishap.
That sounds exciting.
So, you had... and I'll allow you to roll that. Flip, roll me a d20.
Oh, this is exciting. Ooh, wait a minute. Can I use support for this?
We don't know if a 1 is the best or a 20.
Well,
No.
that's the
Yeah,
thing. I don't know. But
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
Oh.
I'd say let this one roll. We'll know for
Yeah.
the
Yeah, because oh god, I don't want to lose a pike though.
future.
Or just go for it. Just go for it.
Blaze it. Oh no, the music stopped. That's not good.
I know, right?
A 5, sorry.
They suddenly go
That was
faster.
terrible
That's
timing.
the
Okay.
mishap. The
So
mishap
you
is
watch as
CD player
the
breaks.
machine rumbles, and then suddenly there is a giant from the side of it as green flame erupts, a gout of it across the landscape. It has a furnace rupture. The vehicle speed is decreased by 30 feet until this
Damn.
mishap is ended.
Interesting.
Damn, son.
Where'd you find that?
And it did take the 29. It did take 29 damage.
That's a certified hood classic.
Okay. So, all right. The other werebore just driving.
Guys,
That's
I
all
keep
he's doing.
hearing the beginning of these songs, and I'm thinking it's like an MSI song.
Oh yeah, it kind of does sound like a little bit.
Like, there's nothing you
Okay.
can have to itself.
Aphelion, or sorry, not Aphelion. Once again, we're gonna do another roll for the initiative of the drivers. So Flipsis, Sonya, and this other werebore.
Oh, just for the drivers?
Yeah. No, but no, we're not re-rolling in it on the other ones.
Alright.
It'd be too weird.
Yeah.
Be a little weird, man. Oh, whoops.
Oh
I rolled a
gosh.
2, I don't think it's
Oh damn, we. Well, I was gonna say we switched Sonya, but then I realized you had a 5 last time, so it's.
Okay. So, this time, Sonya goes first. So, where are you going, Mr. Sonya?
I mean, I would say that it's slowed down, right? So I know.
Oh, yeah,
that
you
it's
watch as,
not
like-
gonna go as far. But they don't
So-
look like they're ready to like give up yet, right?
No, they're definitely not. You just hear like angry shouting from behind you over the roar
I
of
think-
your engine.
I would move up like over this way towards where Flipsis currently is.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that means you're driving, right? So you fucking fully like crank the wheel. You were going south. So what does this look like? Just I want to cinematic.
Be like, hold on to your butts, and then just
Hold on. What?
just crank it all the way to the left. Like, oh, this better not flip.
Yeah, it does not. You fucking all of you guys inside have to hold onto your butts though, as Hamon and Glimmer are just like, oh, as this thing is just like the back wheels sliding out, flares of green backfire coming out of those tailpipes, and just like tears off past Flip. The demon grinder gives chase, just like as it tries to run. It tries to drive, but it's just like it's not fucking happy. So and then Flip, you get to react to all of this. What would you like to be doing? you're about to run into something.
Yeah, I know. I was already because when I was basically lightning bolt was thrown out and I turned around like
And there's a
knowing that
fucking
this was
and
still
there's a
going, and
spike
there's something
right in front of
right.
you.
So I like throw my wheel out and use my movement to like shift in this direction and then follow
Yeah, you can do a full
kind
drive.
of guide myself towards where I take back control in that last 20-foot skid that I had and then
Flank the okay, cool. So you end up right there. Perfect.
so
All right.
I'm just swerving through there and
Yeah, Aphelion, it's your go. As you you hold on to your ass as the the uncrashable takes a hard turn, and as you rumble by, you actually get a great shot at the demon grinder as it's pulling up beside you.
So I gotta aim with the harpoon, and I'm like, wait a minute. I just kind of like sit up a little bit, put one hand on my shield, and point my other hand out at the thing, and I'm gonna cast fireball on it. And the DC will never be right on this for some reason. I cannot fix it, but it's 20. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Aphelion. Roast those motherfuckers.
As Gargoth happily obliges. Okay.
Yep. DC 31. What the fuck?
That's high. And not correct.
wait.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
sorry.
No, it's not right. Don't worry.
It's not. It's supposed to be 20. Let's see if it'll. Just for my curiosity's sake.
I'm sorry. What?
There we go. Now it's working.
Okay.
But it's a 30.
It's actually it's a 21 actually. Safety.
Is it a 21? Okay, yeah. 21. Okay. Then I got those. Okay.
So 32 damage. So yeah, the mouth opens up and you hear Gargoth's laugh cackling in your mind. It's just like and just launches out over the edge there. More saves for these guys. Well, one that you watch is like that little were-rat who's still alive and he's in the other harpoon nest, and the other harpoon thing. You watch as he was like getting out and trying to climb down, because as you hear like the other wereboar's just like, fucking fix it, fix the engine now, and he's just like, okay, boss, and he just runs down into there and it just. I
like to imagine I see him drop down from the harpoon nest and then just immediately shoot straight back up and out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's a dexterity save for all of these guys, and yeah, you watch as there's just like a wow as a fucking smoking were-rat just launches out of the demon grinder, just rolls in a pile of burnt, crispy rat parts. He's definitely gone. All right, and then the other ones, let's see, Werebore in the driver's seat is the first one. He does not save, even with a +5 to that, so he'll take, I think they all take the, yeah, yep. They all do. Okay, so -29, -29, and, oh, sorry, no, 32, right?
No, 32.
Okay.
The other one was just me fixing it.
Yep. Fuck that up. Oh well. I'm putting him at something else. There you go. That's fine. 43 minus 30, 32. And then, okay, so you watch as the guy in the wrecking ball in the back suddenly goes limp. And once again, it's just a smoldering corpse. You guys are doing work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, to the max. Okay. The other were-rat dead. Other boar is just now you see his smoking body coming, like crawling up and out of the thing, and he's gonna try to fix whatever the fuck is going on here. So as he is barely holding on to his life, he's just like and he will he is not proficient in this, so he's just gonna try to bang away at this thing. He crits it. You watch as the gout of flame, and you see he's like hanging off on the side of it, just like takes a large hammer, just bang, 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 hammers the metal back into place, closing over that rupture from the furnace, and it regains its speed. But that was his action.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so a creature. So ending a mishap. A creature can use its action to make an ability check based on the nature of the mishap. So it was a rupture furnace, 15 strength repair DC. The vehicle. Oh, whoops! With disadvantage if the vehicle is moving.
Nope. Roll it again.
God
Guh?
damn it, Bobby!
Is that you?
Yeah. So he
Strength on the second one.
Yeah, no, it was supposed to be strength either way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
God
he can have proficiency. He can use proficiency if you're proficient with the tools to make the repairs, such as Tinker's tools or the Smith's tools. Successful DC check ends the mishap. Mishap with no repair DC cannot be repaired. You don't know what those are. Okay, so yeah, you watch as that gets repaired. Glimmer.
All right, I'll pull out the microphone stone.
Yeah.
And to the driver, I will call out, "I can't believe I'm in hell and I'm still just being chased by pigs." And I will vicious mockery.
Very good. Right. Fails it. What? Son of a bitch. Okay. On his turn, he just continues chasing after you, and that's what they did. Hamon.
So can I see from here the driver at all?
Yeah, absolutely. He has like 3/4 cover, but you can see his once again fucking Ace Venturaing his head outside of the car window.
Can I see how much he's been hurt at all by the fireballs and everything that's been going on? Does he seem okay?
He still seems fairly healthy.
After all that,
What a bro.
okay.
He's a big boy.
I gotcha. I'm gonna looking back. I'm gonna look at him. It's like I think if we take out the driver, he's going to crash into the wall. Dios mío. And I'll go ahead and cast. Point at it. Do my magic missile at 4th level because that ignores cover.
Oh wow,
So
nice. Yeah.
4th level is 5 bolts, right? Or,
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts.
Is it? It's a
It's
magic
3
missile's
it's
first
3 plus
level.
1.
Yep.
It's 3
plus 1
per
per-
level, so it'd be. So 6 bolts at 4th level.
Yeah.
So
Jesus fucking
here
Christ.
comes the fire. And normally when you see Hamon cast, he has a little arcs with his hand, and then you see like 3 little pokers form above him that shoot out. Now you see 6. So
Mhm.
here they go.
Okay, zoom, 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 zoom.
Terrible rolls, but it makes sense.
Yeah, and as your guys this is all in movement in this crazy thing, like dust filling the air, everything rumbling, and you just watch those red hot pokers lancing through the air, and just almost like I almost want to say it looks like what's his name, Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy with his like whistly missile or with his little like whistly thing. So it just those things just go. Zoom, 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 zoom. They don't because they don't fly in a straight line. They arc out and find their target. So as he's just like he's sticking his head out the window, he's like, "Oh shit!" and he like ducks back in, and then you just watch as 6 of these 6 of the magic missiles just like fly in all available openings, peppering the dude.
It's a 6 total force damage.
16 you said?
Yep.
Okay.
16 total.
All right. So yeah, he gets fucking nailed. All right, Sonya was driving, Flip was driving. Let's roll those initiatives again for the drivers.
It's gonna be different this time. Just you wait.
Yeah. Oh wow, he's not having a good time. It is better this time, ironically. So you watch as the angry werebore, he ooh, maybe I should have been I think there was a named one for him. Oh, there was. There he is. That's him.
Cute.
He wears the crown, but he
Does.
doesn't deserve it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like he's got a sweet tooth too.
I have
Alright.
an interesting question.
Mhm.
If I shoot and miss somebody with this thing, does it count as a missed ranged attack? For pretty much, can I use my arcane archer stuff with the harpoons or not?
No, because it involves like a weapon that you are like. Yeah, I would say you could if you basically you'd have to like lose the ability to use like your longbow that way. That makes
Okay,
sense.
So like I won't be able to use my longbow to do that kind of stuff well in here.
Correct. You couldn't like swap out of it.
Okay.
It's like you could totally make it happen. You just have to like concentrate and basically like attune, quote unquote, your arcane archerness to the to this thing.
Okay. I'll probably. Well, I don't know. I think it's probably fine not to.
Yeah. Okay.
Although then again, bursting arrow would be really good.
Interesting.
In these things, like
Shrapnel
interesting.
shot.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, you guys watch as inside of that thing, fucking Raga Draga fucking puts a brick on the gas pedal, and he is just going to be flooring it in your general direction. So he's just going to be going like he's going to end up on top of your asses. Like right there, okay?
Oh, baby.
So that's where he's going to end up. And as he's racing towards you, you watch as he reaches one arm out the fucking window at you guys, and you see that he has a glowing red circlet on that arm that's like glowing hot.
Oh no.
Ooh. Ooh, that looks fun.
How about no?
Yeah, so he is going to be doing some fun stuff. Free rate. Okay, cool. Aphelion.
All right. Well, hi there, friend.
Oh, sorry, the rest of the drivers. My bad.
Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, the rest of the drivers have to go. That means that Eclipsis, you're up next. You want to just drive straight?
Are these? I mean, can I move in? How do I draw a line?
So, click the
Like,
click the.
I want to move like here.
Yeah. So, click the token. Click and hold on the token, and then
Nope.
tap. Click and hold on the token, then press Q as you're holding,
Q.
and then drag it around.
Can I move in like this direction? Straight line?
Yeah. You mean not? So you're not going to be turning and driving. You're just going to be letting it go again.
I'm just gonna be like beep, but like straight. However, can't fucking see. Like straight. What is it? 120 feet?
120 feet in this direction, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit to the left.
Yeah. No worries. So you're way over there. Fine. Okay.
Okay, but that means
You'll be able to do an action on
cool.
your turn.
Okay.
Okay. And then Sonya, what would you want to be doing?
I think I would just be scooting.
Straight? Or do you
Yeah,
want to be? Do you want to be
old
driving,
school
or like, are you maneuvering, or?
Oh, I'd be still be driving away, like after like where Flips is going, like up there. I don't want to get involved in boarding action with that crane and those snappy snaps.
Yeah. Well, considering that most of them are nearly dead. All right.
Hey, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
salvage
yeah, yeah.
salvage wreckage afterwards.
So yeah, so that guy comes, the werebore who is on the snappy snaps goes back to his station. Aphelion, sorry, it's your go on first. With you can shoot the thing. You can use your own weapon, whatever you want to do.
I will. How many werebores are left on there?
You only see two. You only see two things alive on that thing right now.
Okay. Are they within 10 feet of each other?
Yes, actually, because one of them's in the driver's seat and the other one's in the chomper position.
Got it. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna take out my bow and I'm gonna aim for the guy in the driver's seat.
Okay, he's the one with 3/4 cover. The other one has half cover. Okay.
Yep.
The
that's
driver,
fine.
as he has his hand out the window with his fucking thing. Okay. Go ahead.
So, 12.
Yeah, that will miss him, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm gonna use this then.
7th level, yeah. Aaron arrow to new target. What does this look like?
Yep. So you just see it just like barely miss the guy, and then just like curves around and comes back for the.
For the other one,
it's
so
like that-
roll
yeah,
roll
it's
again.
What's
Yep.
that movie? Wanted? What was the movie?
Yep.
with Kurt
Ben,
Russell?
exactly
the
that
bullet.
Yeah.
And that
that'll
definitely
hit.
hits. Okay, so yeah.
So
It's-
that'll be 12.
Okay,
That's
enough. So you deal, just so you know, you watch as the guy, the driver, Raga Draga, like sees it coming, ducks out of the way, and he laughs. He's like, "Oh, you fucking missed!" And then you just hear the whistle, like, and then he just goes, and the guy in the chomper seat just falls dead. Dead.
I'll just yell out. Actually, I hit.
I wasn't
I
aiming for
sunk
you.
your battleship.
And he just yells out, "Fuck you! You killed my crew. You're dead." He fucking just continues driving
Actually,
towards
they
you.
are.
All right. Any other action? That's your first attack.
No. Oh yeah, I've got one more attack at him. So second attack.
Hit him, yeah, for sure.
It's like that one hits, and then fuck it, I'll do an enfeebling arrow. So, boop. Good damage.
Very
Good
nice
use of
though.
ability there.
No, but it's funny because it's just like he just gets popped in the fucking like chest, like oh, and he's just not a happy camper. Alrighty, he is looking pretty injured. He's still alive though. Hamon or
Action
Glimmer.
surge.
Oh, action surge. You'll do it.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to finish him off.
Two more attacks.
Pew, pew.
What?
Wait a minute. Turn off the API.
What?
So,
Damn, son.
18. 18 damage. Not the best.
Yeah. So thuds into him. And you watch as he goes limp in the driver's seat, and then he goes, "I'm not dead yet." He puts it back into gear as he's just like nearly dying. Okay, you tried. Glimmer, will you be able to insult him to death?
Do it. Glimmer is muted.
Lunacy.
I'll tap the microphone again and be like, "All that steel, but my ground is still more metal than you."
Okay. Another. Oh, that's a fucking fat vicious mockery as well.
Seriously.
Come on, come on.
So
come
as
on.
his wrist is charging up, you see the like these flames wreathing his wrist. He fails, and
Nice.
you watch it just like his eyes roll back in his head, and you watch as the demon grinder, the vehicle, comes to a
I like to
screeching
imagine-
halt.
It's not that he dies from the psychic damage, it's just like he's like, oh, fuck it, and then just flips the vehicle.
Pulls over in tears.
Pulls over. So you just watch as he goes limp, his half of his body out the window of this driver's seat, and you can see the thing on his arm slowly is no longer glowing. And yeah, it just comes to like you just watch it just like
Time to loot.
all right, so out of initiative order now. Yeah, you just are like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, you yell out, time to loot. You guys just turn around.
Yeah, I would yell out too. Same
Yeah, I'll flip a bitch.
So everything just there's just a massive just let's turn this bitch around type of moment.
That's what you should have named your motorcycle. Flip a bitch.
Flip a bitch.
Flip a bitch.
Flip up.
Ah, flip.
A flipsis
because
riding
it's
the flip a
flips.
bitch.
Ah, flip a
Flips.
bitch. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Wait, it's called the flip a bitch.
Well, so sweet tooth colon flip a bitch with an asterisk in it because censored.
Okay, Sweet Tooth
It's like Black Knight in
Flip is
Dark Souls.
FLYP.
Yeah. A flip or flip
Okay.
a bitch. FLYPA, and then it's B''TCH.
Not apostrophe.
No, sorry, asterisk.
Okay. I'm like, why apostrophe?
Astrocracy? I
Found the gif I was looking for of Aphelion shots.
What do we got?
Yeah.
Patriot arrow. Oh wait. Yeah, I'll open it on this thing because I think I can.
Oh.
Men in tights. Good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this is 100% what it is. Oh, the wave!
Yeah, he's just like, oh, here it goes. Okay, it's back. Oh, yep. I love I love. Oh man, I need to watch this movie again. Fucking is it the Little John, the blind guy?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just looking the wrong way at it.
Really so good. This is peak Mel Brooks here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Along with History of the World.
Fucking
Those two are my
flat.
favorites.
No, the blind guy's name is Blinken.
Blinking.
Oh, Abe Lincoln.
Hey, Blinken. Oh man.
Yeah.
I get another shot. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, you just action surge. Wait, I'm not supposed to miss.
Yeah.
I get another shot.
I lost.
No,
That's
I
not in the
remember-
script.
No, you know what this movie reminds me of? Lunacy. You would know.
Hmm.
You might know. We watched it on a SpongeBob TV in a tent in our backyard.
That's cute
Wow.
as fuck.
That's the
Yeah.
most adorable statement.
How old would we have been? Like, I probably was like 12 and
12
14.
sounds like too
I
old.
thought you were like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
what,
like
a
2
month
weeks ago.
It's not like
Last
oh,
week,
yeah.
guys.
I honestly want to do that like now.
Yeah, right?
Dude.
Yo, Chuckles, your bachelor party?
It should just be a fucking...
Can I be invited?
So
Everyone's been 6 foot
You
distance
have to
from each
bring the
other.
SpongeBob TV.
SpongeBob TV.
So that's the corpse that you guys find in the in hanging out of the ride of this demon grinder.
Dude.
So are those horns or is that like a crown?
Yes.
Actually, yes. I think is the correct answer there. So as you roll
What
up,
was
you
that?
notice, and you go up and you notice, Flip, I'm guessing you're just hopping off the bike and walking up and checking these guys out. Give me a medicine
I made
check.
sure to turn off my screams.
Okay, yeah, you turn off the screams. You still hear the screams from within the demon grinder, by the way. The demon grinder is just
I'll hop in and,
I'm
and
gonna-
turn those off.
I'm gonna
Okay.
elbow
Take the keys
someone
out.
and be like, "Yo, you're wasting gas."
So yeah, it's not the intense screen because it's not moving, so it's just kind of like ah 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 ah, just like this frustrated yell. So yeah, you turn it off.
Medicine check.
You turn it off. Yeah, roll the medicine check. So you walk up and you realize that is gold. The thing on his head is gold, and it actually is like poured into his skull, like it's embedded in his head.
Okay, I will. It's embedded into the score? The skull.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there like is it screwed in?
No, it looks like it was just like poured on his head.
Like it melted and
Oh.
fused in. Liquid.
Yeah.
It's that
Okay.
Game of Thrones scene from season
Yeah.
1.
How?
Yeah.
What happens if I try to like rip it off?
You'd have to do a strength check.
Nope.
Okay.
What happens if I try to like get my fingernails underneath it?
You'd have to do a strength check.
like. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try.
Blaze it.
Yeah.
Believe.
Athletics if
not.
you want to.
Oh my fucking god.
You know what? I want to see what the.
That's
Oh,
not
you're wrong.
bad.
No, that's not bad at all. So
Yeah, it's actually-
Considering
you
the
don't. It's not
-2,
clean.
that's
It's not
bad.
clean, and you
Yeah.
put your foot on like one of those the tusks with like the gold plate on it as well.
I use my entire body.
You put your tail on his fucking chest. And everybody's head turns as you just hear a ripping noise as
Got it.
you just hold it up. Very nice.
So what is it? Gold?
It's
Gold
just
crown.
like a gold, it's like a gold crown, basically.
bloody gold pig crown.
Well, she's
That's what it's gonna be called in my inventory.
hoisting her trophy up high. I would like
Hey.
to go up to the corpse and look at where he had that glowing red bracer. I'll take a closer look at that.
Yeah, sure. You notice that he has this kind of, it's a bracer strapped to his wrist.
Can
Has
I
some
remove it?
Red runes.
Or is this
yeah,
still
you
glowing?
can remove it.
Okay,
While
I'll take
he's
it off.
doing that,
Take a look at
I'm
it.
gonna try to go just for the rest of this time while everyone else is looting. I don't care about anything else. I'm just gonna go try to see how I can affix this to my cow skull head.
Okay. Yeah. The front of your bike. So you
That's-
just
That's
walk out.
my goal.
For sure. We'll get to that. All right.
Yeah.
So as
Just
you're
while everyone else is doing their shit.
so you're able to take off the thing on his wrist. You do notice that he is also wielding a he has a pouch at his side that as you kind of move the body to get you pull him out of the window, just boing, he hits the ground. Flip rips his fucking thing off. You grab the wrist brace off of him, and then as you roll him over, you hear the clunk.
Oh,
In it at
did
his
I?
You
side.
went silent?
Yeah.
You went silent after the plonk.
Plonky plonk plonk, bulky thing at his side, in a leather pouch.
Since I'm really focused on the wrist thing, I'll point it out to whoever's close by, whether it's Glimmer or Philion or Sonny or whoever's over here. Take a look at it, but I'm focused on the bracer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that
go
was
take
weird.
a grab at it. 'Cause I assume it would probably be more screamy coins.
Yeah, you open it up, you see
Does
three
that-
more screamy coins in there.
Nice.
Does that skull connected to his hip look like a
Coins.
sending skull like ours?
No, it just looks like a human skull.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Darn.
also, those things on his tusks,
Yeah.
are those like caps or are those embedded?
They're
Because
like
it looks
they're
like they're,
caps.
like, gold-
Yeah, they're caps,
gold
but they're
tips.
probably like, and not like they're
Fused
probably
on.
fused onto
It's like
this
a root
bone.
canal type of thing.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
or a
Not
crown,
like
a crown.
Not
Yeah.
well,
like
a crown, but like, could you pop it off?
If you yeah, if you want to.
Nope.
But you're concentrating on your mounting
No.
of your
Well,
thing right now.
I would have seen all of it. Like I would have ripped that thing off and tried one of those, and if it came off, cool. But if it didn't, like I
No,
just
with
used
that
all
roll
my
of strength
trying
check,
to
yeah,
rip
with that
thing
strength
off.
check, you probably like
Yeah.
you could start seeing like one of the tusks break instead of pulling off the gold bit.
Yeah, I'd be like playing with it, be like, nah, fuck it.
Okay. So you look around. The other corpses are like hundreds of feet back, charred, and just like you like look back and you can just see like 2 or 3 smoking remains on the on the fucking hellscape, looking like possums that were hit by a fucking seeker missile. They're just like fucking toasted, barbecue possum. Yeah, you sift through the contents of this place or this machine. There's not much more in here. The other creatures, the other werebores don't have anything on them, other than like Raga Draga does have this large like fucking maul that he wields that you saw in that image. Nothing. It doesn't look too. It doesn't look interesting in terms of like crazy ornate. It just has that kind of green head to it and the gold. It's kind of ostentatious. It seems like he had a theme of this kind of like warlord king type of thing. But yeah, what do you do with that circlet, Mr. Hamon?
Oh, we'll take a look at it. Initially, just tried, I don't know, whatever you think I should roll to try to determine what I think it might be.
Arcana check.
Alright. Arcana. Boom.
Nice.
Right there.
You recognize it. This is common enough of an item, even in the material plane. It's a circlet of blasting.
Oh, okay, is that the one with
Scorching Ray in it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'll recognize that. I'll play around with the bit. It's like, I'll look over. Glimmer, where are you right now?
Around.
Just around, yeah.
Just
I'm
chill.
looking at the demon grinder.
I'll walk up to you with it, and it's like, you know, Glimmer, you do a good job of insulting our enemies, and somehow you seem to kill them with that. I don't understand how that works.
A lot
However,
often, actually. I
yeah,
don't
it's kind of strange.
like a lot.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Please never insult me.
Mhm.
But I have a thing that might help you if you want to try to be a little more flexible. If we're trying to blast something from the back of our car.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of explodey stuff like you
Well,
guys do.
Yes, and this circlet here, the pigman head. It lets you cast spell like I do. It's the
pigman.
Oh yeah, the pigman.
Yes, the pigman. He has a scorching ray. You know, the pew pew, the fire rays. So
Oh,
if you
yeah,
wear this, get used to it. You could use that as well. So I think it'll be nice to have if you're trying to burn something from the back of a car. So here you go.
I'm not one to turn down a crown, and I'll put it on.
It looks good on you.
So this
Oh,
one,
nice.
it is, even though it is normally a crown, this one is actually like a wrist thing. Like in the
Oh,
image
okay.
of Raga Draga that I shared with you, right? He actually has it on in that image.
Oh.
So it's like it's basically one of the bracers is a circle
okay.
of blessing.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
tough.
Goldenish looking too.
Yeah. So the description is he says
So
he
it's a
carries.
bracer of blast.
Yeah, he also carries a circle of blasting, which he dons and well, I like it being a bracer of blasting.
That was cool. Now you have your asymmetric wrists, which is perfect for Mad Max style.
Dude, I love asymmetry in a design. I work with it.
Excellent.
Okay, so this is gonna be in Stay Golden Pony Boys journal. We'll bring it up to you.
Those are attuned? I can't remember.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trying
it's
to
a wrist.
remember. I think I only am attuned to one magic item at the moment.
Yeah, big shield boy.
Big shield.
Okay,
Because +1 armor doesn't count, right?
Correct. Those are always they just are.
Yeah. Perfect.
The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is just this Avernus craziness.
I love it every time.
Yeah, there's a great handout here. Yeah, this is it. Check this shit out.
Nice.
Whoa.
So that right there is Mad Maggie cruising along on her demon grinder with Mickey on the side, with something in the fucking like grappling hook on the back. Yeah. Followed by other war
Fucking
machines in the
goblin.
background.
What is that?
Is that one of the green hats, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. And
Alright,
then
so-
Wait, no, that's a foot.
It's
Green
someone being
knight's
dangled by their
foot.
foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and then the other thing too is if you look in like
Dude,
the
Mickey looks
background,
fucking dope.
yeah, if you look in the background, you can see the airships or the those things that are like, yeah, there's one in the far left.
Oh, like the
Oh.
upside down.
Oh.
Yeah.
The thing that like pulls it.
Yeah, the soul powered whatever they're called.
Is it just Maggie looks like she was just like put in?
Probably
Like,
was.
Yeah, it just like
I
everything
guess.
else looks cohesive, but
Like
then it
she
looks
was
like
just
somebody
stamped
just
in.
yeah, they photoshopped her in and after the fact.
Spoiler, she's
Star-
never actually written.
That's the Star Destroyer.
Um,
So
That's
you
so
look around in this demon grinder, and I mean, as you assess it, you look at it. I mean, it has some damage to it that you guys did. The rupture in the engine was fixed. It still has some. It still has fuel, and this is still a fully functional war machine. Now yours for the
It's got a
taking.
Huge wrecking ball.
Do we want to try to take this and for ourselves and drive it, or do we want to try to scrap this and try to reinforce our own?
I think we're better off with a little extra armor on our own, right? Like this thing was kind of chugging slow, right? And we'd
It
have
was the
to
same
Fix it. Does anyone know how to fix this?
It was the same speed, so the demon grinder went at the same speed as the tormentor.
Oh, okay.
But that's
However,
the same, we
Tormentor's HP is 60. Demon Grinder's HP is 200.
Yeah, I think we're taking the steam and grinder. And
I mean, it's chunky, yeah, but we have to fix it. I don't know about you.
It's
I don't know where the go-go wire and the stop wire goes.
well,
It's not broken right now. It's taken some damage, which will need to like the way that damage
It
works
just
on
needs
these.
to rest.
It needs a long rest.
yeah.
The way that these hell machines, that these war machines work, and it's interesting, is that you can take downtime, an hour of downtime, to just repair it, and it gains back like 2d4 plus something hit points on but you do need the materials to repair it. So this thing is at currently 171 out of 200 HP. It has some, tears in the armor and stuff. However, it still is just it's still functional.
Their mic.
Yeah. What
Sorry,
are you doing?
my cord got stuck around my mic. I had to unwind it.
Oh, weird.
Bruh.
So
I blame
so
the cats.
it's
You
I mean
should've
it's up
blamed
to
the cats. Yeah, I was like, why didn't you just blame the cats?
it's up to
Well,
you
they
guys
did.
100%. It's up to you guys 100%. Like somebody, I mean the other thing too is that somebody could just jump in this thing and drive it along. Like you don't need to pick one or the other right now.
So could I have one foot in that?
No, you cannot. You cannot fucking Claude Van Damme that shit between like the two of them. Splits between the trucks.
The only risk of
Just
this is
asking.
if we just want to try to drive this thing, and we get to another fight, we have only we split our forces a bit. However, I do not.
Because
I
then
do
you
not want
got
to try to
two.
drive
You
this,
got
but-
3 people driving instead of 2. There's 3 people yeeting stuff. Bad guys. But yeah, we could try fixing it. And we're also burning more fuel coins.
Could also ram it.
We
Yeah,
would
we
have to
would be
use at least
burning-
twice as many fuel coins to try to keep this
Yo,
going.
did anyone get Mickey's number? We don't
No.
got that 666.
No, we don't got that.
The
triple six.
Mad
No.
Maggie's tow service.
We can't
But wait,
like,
I have
ask them.
no.
She
We don't
does have a
have
tow hook on her demon grinder.
And we do have a sending zone that's straight to her. We can tell her where this is, and perhaps if she comes and takes us back and earns us more favor.
Yeah, well, Aphelion just brought up a good point. Could we just drag it behind us for a bit?
Yeah.
I mean,
Put it in neutral.
I can put it in neutral, and I mean, we could also just split up a little bit and take
Or
it.
drag the Tormentor behind it and drive this instead.
So you look around the demon grinder and you
Mix it
assess.
up,
So
right?
the demon grinder is 12,000 pounds. It's big, and it is a gargantuan vehicle. As opposed to the Tormentor, the Uncrashable 2 Metallic Boogaloo's creature capacity is 4 creatures, right? The demon grinder, on the other hand, capacity is 8 creatures. 8 creatures, cargo capacity of 1 ton. Yeah, as actually somebody in the Twitch chat just said, yeah, you could load the bike into the demon grinder if you wanted to.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
It's
So
big
just,
enough.
Would you mind giving your bike into the cargo hold and driving this thing instead for a bit?
We
Flipsis?
lost her.
It's not as sexy as the bike, I'm sure, but
Where'd she go?
is
No.
good.
No?
Yeah, okay.
Like Hell Road Truckers.
Do
Yeah.
we want to then bring this one back to Mad Maggie then? Because, I want to just leave her, take her ride from her if we got a replacement.
Oh,
I mean, she gave it to
no,
us.
the
This
so-
was a
rides.
gift.
Yeah, the rides that were given to you guys, they were not even hers, and they were busted. She didn't really basically, because you guys did so much for her in her camp in that short amount of time, solving problems that she was having issues with. She was just like, sure, I can spare 2 tires for the Devil's Ride. I can spare some, extra, I can put that harpoon flinger on top of that Tormentor and let it, and, have you go. I mean, the Tormentor is still not at full, full strength,
Health.
right?
Right.
No, it is at full health. It is not at full, armor. Its
Armor.
armor
Yeah,
is
it's not
damaged.
Oh,
totally
so you just built
upgraded.
it up. Yeah.
You'd have to repair that.
We
Sure call.
just need to use
Guys,
mend metal
so
on
what-
it.
What we need to do is we need to recruit some help.
Yeah, some crew would be good.
So
Are we gonna
remember,
start
remember,
a gang?
remember those dirtbags who pretty much just take whatever the best deal is, but they don't actually have a side?
Ah,
Yeah,
Yugoloths.
the Yugoloths.
We need some of those guys.
They're still
Yeah,
fiends.
but
They
I
can
do not,
be-
I do not like them.
Here's the
There's-
thing:
They
we
can-
kind of right now need the soul coins to fuel the thing. We can't really pay them at the moment.
Well, we just got 3 more
I'm not
coins,
gonna
I
pay them
believe,
in
right?
soul coins. I'm just gonna pay them in friendship.
Yeah,
I don't
pay them
think
and
that's how
not
they
killing
work.
them, right?
That's
I'm pretty sure.
that.
I'm pretty
Did
sure
you meet them? Because
they work for money. In this case, soul coins. They're mercenaries.
yeah, so am I.
Yeah. Then how do you expect to win them over with friendship? You know how it works.
I bet they could use a friend.
Because I have the same goal as them.
Well, the goal's to make money, though, not friends.
Exactly.
So why would they accept your friendship if their goal's to make money?
Because my goal is to make money. We team up. We make good money.
There's a little flapping sound by your head of Flipsis as Lulu kind of careens by, and she says telepathically to everybody,
What the fuck?
This is nice and all, and I like that we have a new big
I
scary
forgot you
vehicle,
existed.
but kind of have a place that we need to get to. I think we can take that big thing. It's good, but we're not too far away from where we were trying to go. Come on.
Right.
Okay, so am I just shoving my bike
Um.
on the back of this thing for now?
Yeah.
the demon
Sure,
grinder
but-
itself,
Hop in
the demon grinder itself, no, you load it up through the chomping jaws. So he goes, nom nom, eats your bike. No,
No.
no, it has
No,
a
no.
it has a back loading, it has one of the, the what the fuck is it, a big
Hitch.
no, not a hitch,
Hitch.
one of those big
A loading
air
trailer.
Like a ramp.
Air Force ramp, the big Air Force airplanes that have the big ramp. Yeah, cargo hatch,
Uh-huh.
says
Oh,
Shadow's
yeah,
assassin.
the galaxy thing.
Yeah. So those things just boom, that it opens up. yeah, you push the demon ride up in there, and the place smells. Flipsus. It stinks terribly of were-boar and were-rat. They are not hygienic creatures. It basically just smells like a zoo.
Can I how I mean I'm not strong, but like
Nope, you're not.
could I kick it? Sonya!
Yeah, what's up?
These things are too ugly
Yeah.
to be in our presence.
We will fix it up. Don't worry.
If you travel with them, it will just really look bad for you.
Ooh.
Could you just take him out and leave him?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
we don't want
Okay.
that. No, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that'd just be really bad for you.
Yeah.
It'd be
So
bad
there's
for
like
your
a
image.
dead
You make a
there's
good point.
there's a dead whatchamacallit, like a dead were-boar in the wrecking ball station. The other were-boar is just dead, hanging loosely in the chomper station. The rats are gone. The rats got fucking. they were yote out of that bitch.
Sonya, you're gonna have to help me out with your training regimen so I can help out with this shit. Cause unfortunately, I just probably collapse under these guys.
Yeah,
I
they
can
look pretty
kick
heavy.
them for you though.
No. The secret is you gotta. And I'll walk up to the one who's like on the wrecking ball thing.
Mhm.
Just like, the secret is you gotta lock your knees, hold your breath, and lift with your back. You know, like, throw.
Sounds
Give me,
shit,
yeah,
I
give me
know
an
your
athletic check,
location.
Sonya. Let me see how good this is.
I think
Athletics
we can
at
try that.
disadvantage.
Oh,
and
an
all that
8.
shit.
Yeah,
That's
so
right,
Sonya,
Oh.
you hear everybody hears
I'm
it.
gonna
There's
do
just
it,
like a
Sonya, I don't think that's quite. And then
yeah, and then there's you hear an audible like as Sonya throws out his back, trying to pull this were-boar.
Sonya, like
Ah.
Sonya. You lift with your
Okay,
legs.
I have
walk
a
your
question.
back.
Did he at least get some of the ones off the basic floor off before he went for that one, or was that the first one he went for?
There's not a no. I'm not saying there's a bunch of dead fucking roadkill creatures in the demon grinder. I'm just saying it stinks like
Oh, it
a
just
bunch of
smells
were-boars
like
and were-rats have been living in this thing.
Okay, great.
So Sonya, you pull it off. You hurt your back and you pull the guy out of the wrecking ball, and then Aphelion just yeets the dude out of the fucking chomper station. Twonk.
Lift with your legs, and I lift and fucking yeet the guy.
Suplex him
the-
out.
the top.
Noted.
Yep. I was straight out the hatch for the harpoon launcher.
Once the bodies are gone,
Mhm.
Ramon's going to start doing Hail Marys and cast Prestidigitation to remove the unholy stench.
There you go. Nice.
Attempt to
I
get
will
all the
also-
grease
I
out
will
of the
help.
corners.
I will
Prestidigitation
also
help. You fucking we just got the
Just the
three
cleaning
legs.
crew.
Yeah, going
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
just sanitizing.
Traveling with
Get Corona off this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, this is how my center has felt for the
Yeah.
last
Obviously, we're
days.
not social distancing.
No.
Anyone walks into the place, and that room immediately has to be 100% sanitized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're able to
Shit.
prestidigitation and all that stuff. It's now the stench of the rats, of the were-rats and the were-boars gone. So what you
All
have
right,
on
I'll
your
drive it now. Thanks, guys.
yeah. So what you have now is the demon grinder. So you get into the front seat. It has you check the gauge, as there is a little gauge there in the front, and it has actually that's a great point by
What's
Shadows
this?
Assassin. D&D is great at social distancing because everybody has to occupy their own 5-foot square.
No, it's
One more.
It's
One more.
You have
feet.
to have 6 feet between you.
No, but think about it. You're in the middle of a
You're
5-foot square.
Centered,
You're in
you're
the middle of
centered in a
the-
5-foot
You're-
square.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
you're
5
5 feet away from the other person who's.
All right,
centered
so
in a
let's
5
alter the
Hey,
rules of
that's
D&D to be
better
6-foot
than
squares, and we're
those.
fine.
Okay.
Are we also going to argue that the unit of foot in D&D is continuous with our unit of foot, seeing how everything is calculated?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so you look at the
Are you
gauge.
saying that as long as we're a foot away from our monitors, we're good?
Yes,
Wait, who's a
Perfect.
foot away from the monitor?
I am.
Damn, get some glasses.
Yeah, no, I'm
Have at
like
least a
What?
foot.
Oh, I'm like
I
2
know,
feet.
About
I'm
Yeah,
like,
2 feet.
yeah, I'm like 3 feet from a monitor. Like, who's?
I'm definitely.
No.
like,
Oh, you
4 feet
misunderstand
away
what Destroy was saying. He's
Yeah.
saying that all of us are at least a foot away from our
A foot
monitor.
from our monitor. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
At
I don't think
least.
anybody is fucking
that plus the
grandmaing.
5 feet between our characters.
Yes.
Just
We're
right
good.
up in there. Okay, so you check the gauge, and it looks like it has 6 hours of fuel left in this demon grinder.
Nice.
How much did my bike have?
Fucking like 25 or 23.75.
Yay,
We just
gas
started.
mileage. This thing has awesome mileage.
No, you this thing.
I was kidding.
Okay.
You said 25. I was
All
really
right.
excited.
So,
That's 23.
yeah, you start this thing up. It
Have
is a
more
different.
soul than when you started.
You start it up. It's a different, completely different feeling. Is anybody jumping on the demon grinder with a Flipsis?
I'll drive it so she can like slowly climb out the back and then start on the bike in motion.
She's driving. She's already sat in the front seat.
Oh yeah. I had
You
to
don't-
store my bike.
Get
I'm
the other
driving this
harpoon
bitch.
launcher because we've got 2 on this one, and we'll just be harpoon buddies.
Alright.
We'll be
I'll
spearing buddies.
Okay,
Alright.
Glimmer, if you want to drive, you can drive.
Well, yeah, you could be like on the bike while I drive, then we'll just like open up the back hatch, and then while we're in motion, you can like.
Okay,
be
but I'm not
released.
wasting soul coin for right now, so I'm just.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
just,
be-
I'm just.
I'm
saying.
gonna be sitting in the hatch on the bike, and I'm gonna be like, like making noises.
A Flipsis. Do you want to be? Do you want to be in the Chompers?
What? Just like sitting and hanging the fuck out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
Can
at
I just?
Go for
I
it.
can just.
look at
Yeah,
what
you're
the
in
description is.
charge
Target
of the
reduced to a target reduced to 0 hit points by this damage is ground to bits and spit out through pipes on both sides of the demon grinder.
No, we're giving the
yeah,
Fargo
yeah.
treatment.
Oh, I wouldn't be sitting in the chomper. I'd be
No,
like manning the chomper.
Yeah, you're in the Chompers.
I punched my fucking mic.
Yeah, you did. You're in the Chomper
Sorry.
station, which is
Okay,
basically
I-
like
I
at the
wanted to
front.
just be in the chomper like it was a chair.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Glimmer, you sit in the seats, start this thing up,
I'll
and
actually be. I was actually realizing. So it's I don't get multiple attacks per round with the harpoon, right? Even though I have multiple attacks as a fighter.
I don't think Steve's weapons behave that way.
no, they
Yeah.
don't,
So
unfortunately.
I'm actually doing more DPS just with my bow.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
More damage per turn. So I'll be on the fucking wrecking ball.
Guys,
Okay.
guys, I'll be here.
So the wrecking ball is double the damage of the object is a target. Is an object is a structure, and it deals a lot of damage. 8d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Hey Glimma, come back here. I want to see what it's like if I hit you with this.
You just like
Yeah,
swinging the
okay.
thing around. And the
Just
wrecking
use
ball,
that
the
shit.
wrecking ball itself is not like your. It doesn't look like your typical, like a typical, just like a chain and a big iron ball. This thing is a large skull of some creature wrapped around multiple times by like a spiked chain that is then cranked up to the crane top thing.
That's metal as fuck.
All right, so Glimmer, you start this thing up and it rumbles to life. Different sounding than the scream's different, obviously, but the furnace and the engine itself is different sounding than the Tormentor. The Tormentor is basically like a dune buggy, right? So it's like a Humvee type of thing. Like it's a car. It's a typical car sized thing. This one, however, this one rumbles to life and it's like a tank. It's just the lowest fucking guttural like.
The scream is.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you put it into gear and the thing just rumbles forward. And you see a Flipsis in the front, just like playing with the station with the fucking chomper thing. It's just like it's gnarly. All right, so following Lulu goes back to kind of sit next to Sonya in the Tormentor with Hamon there as well. So it's Sonya, Hamon
Yeah.
in the Tormentor along with Lulu, and then in the Demon Grinder, the newly acquired Demon Grinder. You have Glimmer driving with Eclipsis in the Grinder, in the Champa. Aphelion manning the swinging back and forth like just fucking elephant trunking his this wrecking ball in the back, and then the Devil's Ride perched inside. You guys take
I
off.
like to imagine Lulu is like floating next to me, trunking with her trunk while I trunk with the.
She does fly out of the Tormentor and sees that and just kind of like is also doing that. And you guys head off in a northerly direction.
Adorable.
Is there anything, as you guys travel, there's not a ton more going on right now as you just kind of navigate this wasteland. You just see off in the distance smoke rising from various battles, the dust plume flying out behind your two vehicles as you navigate and go over like bumps, rocks, and different things, moving through some canyons, going over ridges, and constantly like Sonya, you're constantly listening to basically to Lulu's directions as she takes you off. She takes you off towards the north there.
Are her directions pretty solid, or is it kind of like no left, no I meant right?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go.
As as she's directing you, you get the vibe that she's slowly like getting less certain about these directions. She still has confidence, but it takes her like a second or two to give, like when you're asking like where do I go now, when you reach like a fork in a canyon or a trying to figure out a way to go, it's starting to take her a little bit longer to respond.
Okay, so it's kind of like the direction is still solid. It's not like she went from go 3.7 meters, turn left, to you gotta kind of turn right soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You turn into the river Styx. It told me
No,
to.
so
My GPS told me.
there is a moment where she says, "All right, Mike, we gotta go east here," and you see a narrow kind of like what would it be? Is it a delta where like the Styx,
like a strip of land?
Well, it's a strip of land that goes across the Styx. You can see the other side. It's where the Styx is narrow here, but it's basically like but it's like the river flows across it. It's like a sandbar that's high enough out of the water where like there's just like
land bridge.
Yeah, right. So it's a land bridge with small rivulets that are flowing through it, and the group slows down here as you guys slowly begin to drive across this land bridge, crossing the Styx.
Oh shit!
And this is what the Styx looks like. You're not on a boat per se, but Styx is pretty fucking gnarly. So,
fucking elephant.
Yeah,
as we cross it, Amon is definitely going to, as far as his self-shackled arm will let him, get to the edge and look down into the water or whatever this fluid happens to be.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Is that a Washington crossing the Delaware?
Yeah,
knockoff?
Remade into River Styx.
Right?
Yeah.
That all version. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm using a port dice. I want to see. So I'm gonna force my roll to be a 19.
Right. Plus
which would
whatever
make
it is.
my perception would then become a 20.
Very nice. Okay. So you look out over the edge, shackled over as Sonya is driving, navigating over this thing. There's a bump or two as you get shaken, and you cannot help but hear thousands upon thousands of whispers, just constant, just like that cacophony of like just like echoing out. And as you look over the edge and you look over towards that Styx, the murky waters, dark murky waters, just see thousands upon thousands of forms, shapes of humanoid forms flowing through the water.
Okay, so my brain, first things first, when you said thousands upon thousands of forms, I was thinking like paperwork.
Ah, yes.
Just like, oh no, my own personal hell.
Just paperwork everywhere. No, you just see you just see flowing like water, or flowing through the river's water, thousands and thousands of these kind of like of these souls, these humanoid looking things, very transparent, translucent, just kind of looking like sheets in the wind, drifting through the water, flowing past you. The water is not moving fast at all either. It's very just kind of like stagnant and just kind of slowly flowing through here.
Mm-hmm.
You can just see as you cross, there's like a bump, like as you cross over one of those rivulets, and you can just see one of those faces staring back up at you. Eyes white and vacant, looking back into you, staring straight into your...
Yeah, I'm just going to be kind of transfixed by this scene because I've obviously heard and read much about River Styx's association with both the devil, the hells,
Yeah.
and the other lower planes, and how it connects them all. So this is like seeing this in person is like the Hamon's Disneyland in a twisted way.
Right. And as you're crossing over and you know another bump rattles you, you feel the dagger in your sash pressing, like, kind of contact your side. It's warm. Oddly warm. Comfortingly warm.
Given the overwhelming nature of being within the river Styx, I'll look around. And since doubly bonus here because everyone else is mostly on the other vehicle at this point, it's just Sonya and Lulu up front. They're not looking back.
Yeah.
Hell no, we're driving.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
I would only imagine Sonya's Sunday driving, one arm like out the fucking
out the
thing.
window. Yeah. Sunglasses on. Yeah.
He will make a mirror so he can look at himself while he's driving.
Yeah, it's not for safety reasons or at all. It's just fucking...
Yeah. The rear view mirror.
Yeah, the rear view mirror looking at himself. Yeah.
Remind me, I actually do have a silver mirror in my wizard's kit. We need to make a rear view mirror out of that. For Sonya.
Yeah, solely for Sonya looking at himself in the mirror.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the dagger again by 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And this now, especially since we're going slow, kind of fording the river. Take a moment, look out the river, look at this, look at Churro, and then kind of I'll just whisper the activation word and kind of let it float out and look at it and see what happens.
The dagger, suddenly you feel it pull from your hand as it just floats in front of your face, hanging there. Doesn't do anything. There's no like response from it, but it just floats there, and you just feel this. You feel this. It's almost like a satisfied feeling, I guess you would say, kind of consume you. And I mean, what does this feel like for you, Hamon? This is the first time you've probably said this name, which I'll talk to you about what you want that name to be. It's the first time you've uttered this name aloud in years.
It's more of a repressed memory coming back to the surface, and not necessarily a pleasant one. But given the circumstances of where this is and how everything's led here, it's kind of a serendipitous sort of, well, maybe this is how it's supposed to go. And considering it's very pensive and thoughtful versus like afraid or anything else. It's more, why am I in Avernus now? And there's all these demons around as well as the devils. And why did this dagger find itself to me? And then think about how everything went, and even further back when I first spoke that name many, many years ago. And just go after a bit, just pull it back. I don't know if there's a deactivation word or how that works after a few turns.
It's
So
the
let it
same.
come back.
It's the same word.
Same word. Speak it again, this time a little bit less pensive, more forceful.
Yeah.
I'll hold it now with my full hand versus 2 fingers.
Yep. It's warm in your hand. It's warm in your hand, but not like it doesn't burn your flesh, but you feel that inner warmth emanating from within it.
I'll put it back to my stash, look to Churro, and say, perhaps there's more to find in hell than just killing the devils. But we will not tell the others that yet.
The cars continue on. He snorts at you with his eye, and he now has an eye patch for some reason, and the eye patch, top hat, and
clock shadow.
yeah, and his goatee, all of those things. He just snorts back at you. Another bump kind of shakes you out of your reverie as Sonya mounts the other side of the river, fords the bank, and drives back up onto the land. Glimmer, how are you enjoying driving this fucking large fucking thing, this gargantuan vehicle? It's like you're piloting. It's bigger than anything you've ever seen in terms of a vehicle, and just fucking just like you're just like, oh, it's like somebody who's just got the driver's license, and then they're like, all right, get in this big rig, get in this fucking big rig, and
right.
drive.
That's exactly how I imagine it too. Is like, it doesn't handle very well, but it can't be stopped.
Yeah,
There ain't no
It's
brakes
like a
on this hell train.
Yeah.
So, point being, good point. So, as you're just fording the river, you see Sonya probably about like maybe 100, 200 feet ahead of you, ford up the riverbank and head off onto more dry land. As you're almost getting there, you see something launch out of the river, and it coughs. You see a little like flying creature. You recognize it actually as the same type of creature that was flying snake. No, you recognize it as the same type of creature that you saw in what the fuck was her name in Candlekeep, the tiefling scholar. She had a pet there, a quasit. This little tiny creature flies out of the fucking river and just is covered. It's covered in the Styx goop, and it's in front of the vehicle right now. Yeah. Silvira. It was Silvira, and the thing's name was Jezebel, and it's there, and it just jumps out right in front of your vehicle. What do you do?
I like panic for a little.
Flipsis, what do you do?
Is it facing the clamper?
Oh, it's right in front of you. So Glimmer can either hit the brakes to avoid running over this poor little demon, or... So I was say, Glimmer, what do you do?
So I panic like someone who's never been in a situation where something's jumped in front of their car before. And I try to swerve, but it doesn't handle very well. So I just keep going straight in like a panic, like, oh!
Okay, I have a question about the clamper thing.
Yeah, the chompers?
If I were to just, like, kind of react and, like, duck down, but I'm on the chompers and, you know, whatever, like, however it works, but I were to react, would it be, like, as if I were holding the trigger of a gun and reacting, and it shoots it, or...
There's no shoot. There is no shoot. This is literally, like, scoop.
Oh.
Yeah.
A cow catcher.
It's a cow
You
catcher
can
at the
decide
front.
whether things that get hit at the front get chomped
Then it's
or
just
not.
at the front, then it's a good fucking riddance.
Okay, so give me a
like...
give me a quick moment as this thing cowers in front of you, like, do you just run it over? All right, so
it's kind of like that Austin Powers moment when everything's happening in slow motion, and you're just like, move.
The steamrollers.
Out the way!
No.
Yes. It is
It's
exactly
like
that.
It's
Okay.
it's that.
So this is now there. If you want to look at the copy of Demon Grinder there, well, you guys still are going to need to name it. I put it in it's now in the Goon Squad. So go into that sheet, and you can now click Flipsis, and you're more than welcome to click the chomper.
Give him the chomps.
I feel
Chomp,
so bad.
chomp, watch demon drop.
Yeah. So
Chomp.
it hits. Give me the damage.
Oh,
Just click the
yeah.
attack.
I mean, no
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
shit.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
I'm waiting for it. I'm so
What do you
excited
mean
for this.
click the
Attack
attack?
next to
Oh.
the 21. Yeah. 14 piercing damage. It's
Oh my god, that roll. Sorry.
yeah.
I don't
So
want to
man.
go rolls,
Oh,
but
wow.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Look, that's really low.
Wow.
Damn.
But, hey, it's your first
because-
time.
It's
First
because
time.
It's because I was feeling so bad.
yeah,
I
you
wasn't
feel so
trying
bad,
to
but it's
kill it.
but it's enough to kill it. As you just watch this quasit who can't walk. He seems to be like out of his. Actually, like as he stands up, he seems to be completely disoriented. Like something is wrong with him. Like he just wobbles. You hear behind you Glimmer reacting and just being like, oh god, and then you're just like, and you just fucking activate the chomper station, and suddenly it's just like, and then it's just. as you watch, green demon ichor fly out of the pipes on the side of it.
Got us some fuel.
That was.
Uh,
I mean,
was I supposed to do that?
I mean, we are killing demons now, but I kind of
It is.
panicked. I don't know. That was his fault. He jumped in front of me. He hit me.
I don't feel.
Name the dash cam. Can you prove it?
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad about shit. But that one kind of doesn't.
Russian dash cam.
I was about to say Avernus. All the war machines have dash cams, just because I have to.
I take one of my arrows, and I'm just going to like somewhere on the chassis beside me, scrape in a singular tally mark.
Nice. Very cool. Okay. I feel it.
We got one of those good old style World War II girls painted on the front of this thing.
Yeah.
Question.
yeah.
Yes.
Is there a way? Well, I guess this is more so like when we decide to stop. If this ends up being quite literally a demon grinder, could we harness?
Oh, you mean to find a way to collect, like put a bag
What
on the
is-
side, like a lawnmower bag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The modifications.
I would very much like to capitalize on this.
That's fantastic.
That's hilarious. Yes, there is definitely a way to do that.
Okay. Cool.
Okay,
Because
lawnmower bag.
this could be like a reusing. You know how electric engines.
I
or
mean,
hybrid
you can
engines,
call it the
like,
demon grinder, or you could
they'll
call it
power
a
up.
demon harvester. That's the other way to kind
Oh,
of put
hell
it.
yeah.
Well, this is my imagination is just it's a hybrid, right? So like
It's
you're
a
using the
hybrid.
fuel, you're using the fuel, but you're also expending the fuel. as
Wow.
well, but you're
It's hell
regenerating
free.
yourself.
Oh my god.
So that's how I'm imagining this.
Yeah,
So-
wow,
Yeah.
renewable
How much
energy
is
within
the
Avernus.
Yeah.
The hybrid engine adaptation for this.
Oh
how
my
much gold or how many soul
God.
coins will that cost us?
Right?
Jesus
Like
Christ.
it's not so much that it's one per day, but maybe like a couple extra hours. Just
Yeah.
You need to get the
You know.
test. You need to get the test soul.
yeah.
The Tesla.
It's the Vesla.
That's god damn.
Oh,
Well, wasn't that your
Oh.
weasel?
Oh, Vesla.
Yep, it was.
We could come back into 2 campaigns later.
Yeah. All right.
Surprise.
So,
Yeah.
as you guys climb the bank of this for the river and head off into the distance, Lulu looks up and you see a hill rising out of the distance, and the more machines rumble over the terrain, and you get close and you start to notice that a path emerges towards this hill. It gets narrow, too narrow for your machines to pass through, and Lulu whispers to everybody.
I think we need to get out. It's up there.
She points up, and you can see up on this hill. There's the hill is lined with these strange-looking objects, jagged against the kind of pale red sky, looking like a bunch of trees, more or less.
trees down here.
Are they
Like a forest of them, or like individuals?
So it's really like leaves or like bare trees.
They look bare.
I'm just going off of what the map shows here.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
almost like
Like
power lines in a
grizzly
row.
black.
Yeah, they
they're
almost do
old
look like power
trees.
lines in the road, for sure.
Okay.
And as you guys get there, I forget who's holding on to this map. There, you guys were given this map that we're on right now. This kind of like weird map of Avernus.
I don't.
Probably Hamon, I would assume, actually, because he's
Yeah, I
there.
would
to-
assume
Like,
as well.
definitely not.
So
me.
from within your bag, Hamon, you hear a voice.
Behold, Zariel's dog crucified those who betrayed his mistress in battle.
Wait,
Do we hear that too?
No, just Sonya hears that because he's in the tormentor with him.
I'm like I'm. This
It's
definitely
muffled too. It's just like.
Zariel's dog crucified those who betrayed
Oh
his
my
mistress in
God.
battle.
We have the Vatican self-tour map. Oh my god. I'm gonna like definitely snap out of my reverie at this point. And this is like, what?
Be like, I can't
What the fuck?
drive and read, and I can't read either. But
I'll pull through my I'll quickly pull through my pack until I find it. I assume I can figure out it's the map that's
Yep.
making this noise.
Yep.
I pull it out, open it up.
Yep. And you are where you are. You're right at the base of this hill that rises up and over the river Styx.
I did not know this map could speak. Well, we seem to be going where we're supposed to be going.
Lulu flaps out. She says, I think we can't fit through there. There's like a narrow thing and just says, I think we need to walk up.
Go by foot? Yes.
Just flip it up on 2 wheels.
Just vroom, James Bond, Diamonds Are Forever, that shit.
Will my bike fit?
No, it's narrow.
Oh.
It doesn't just time to go by foot. We have to see what's up here.
Yeah, follow me. Lulu flaps off through the kind of canyon area.
Lulu, would you be concerned if my map spoke to me?
Nope.
That's all I need to know. Okay, I'll fold it up.
Well, that is a great comfort.
I will put it away and then follow after Lulu.
Okay. So, Sonya, you watch as Hamon jumps out of the Uncrashable 2 and follows Lulu through this kind of narrow canyon. The rest of you guys do.
Names for the demon grinder, and I'm kind of coming out of the loss. I was thinking Uncrashable 3, but I think it might be a little preemptive to call one of our vehicles that.
Pessimistic of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Self-fulfilling.
Junior. Uncrashable Junior.
Uncrashable Junior.
Junior.
It's the bigger one as well. It's larger as well. Glimmer, you watch as you see Hamon the Sonya's Tormentor comes to a stop, the Uncrashable 2 comes to a stop, and Hamon jumps out, following Lulu as she flaps ahead. Aphelion, you see that as well from your wrecking ball position.
Guess we're getting out.
Yep, put it in park, take the keys out.
You power down. The screams subside. The war machines rumble to the war machines rumble down slowly, and Lulu flaps her way through this canyon very quickly, excitedly almost.
Let's go. What do you got, Lulu?
Yeah.
Right.
What are we running towards?
So as you go through this canyon, you emerge out of this canyon to a trail that heads up this hill. And the trail, those objects that you saw in the distance, you realize that they're wrought iron trees rising from the ground, almost look like they have erupted from the ground. You can see the ground ruptured and cracked around their base. You can see that they lead to the summit of this steep hill. And as you come out of this canyon and look up, you hear the quiet, anguished cries of dozens of knights impaled on the tree's metal branches. Their bodies are writhing in torment as you watch as bloated sturges, these blood-sucking, strange monsters, flit from tree to tree, sucking on their blood.
Oh, dude, it's like Did you read Hyperion?
No. But that's...
Or it's just like a shrike. It's just a bird. It impales lizards on cacti and barbed wire.
Oh yeah. So the last thing you see though, as you start to walk through this area, and Lulu is just flapping towards the summit, you look and you can see that every single one of these knights has the emblem of El Terrell, and more specifically, because you worked with her so closely, the symbol of the Hell Riders emblazoned on their chest.
So that's what the map said, that Zariel crucified those who came against her after.
Zariel's dog crucified those who betrayed his
dog.
mistress in battle.
Right. Okay, so that's another thing we gotta figure out now.
So,
there's Doggo.
We end for the night as you guys follow Lulu, who's flapping happily forward towards the summit. Flapping heavily flapping happily forward.
She turns to Pokemon briefly.
Yeah.
Flapping
Oh god. Towards the summit of this place, as you guys rise up and you guys traverse up this hill. We'll pick up there next time.
Metal is
happening.
Holy shit.
No.
All right. So Lulu is guiding us to the top of the hill that's overlooking the Styx based on the map.
Exactly.
Okay.
But before we
Yeah.
end for the night, Hamon,
Yes.
I'd like you to roll me a d6, please.
Got them D6.
Hamon has a heart attack and dies.
Perfectly
No,
average,
he
you're
does
right.
not, but that's great. Okay. Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. No. So, I like as you roll this, we kind of I want it almost to be like as the episode goes to like the credits thing. This is that like anime ending thing where it's just the still images, and this D6 is related to Hamon's moment with the dagger.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sexual attraction went up.
Yes.
Everyone liked that.
Everyone liked that. What was the? Let me see. What was the
How
roll?
many
of 3?
sessions until Hamon fucks this dagger?
I don't know. This is such an anime arc. Dagger Senpai.
Just ship the wizard with the knife.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
no, Naifu, please.
Yeah.
What's the ship name? That's the question.
Notices your sheath.
Glimmer.
Burning
I need
Crusade,
you.
that's
Glimmer,
what
I
it's
need
named.
you to roll me a d4.
Ooh.
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 Do I remember how to do this?
Ooh, what's this?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, no,
Okay.
Probably.
So it is. So this is the freeze frame moment here. Is you in a panic as you're trying to avoid the little demon that is in your way.
Oh.
Yeah, just that freeze frame moment of just like hands off the steering wheel, like Sonya, I need you to roll me a d10.
You sure about that?
I am very sure about that.
I'm curious what all this has to do with.
This is all about who's attracted to the dagger.
Oh wow. Okay. So Sonya, your moment is a freeze frame of you taking the soul coin and shoving it into your machine, just casually, just like not giving a fuck. Like, and I would almost want to say it's just the image of Sonya just like flexing, looking at his bicep, and just like nonchalantly just dropping the coin in the furnace.
Just kind of like, oh, here I just kind of like pose the coin, just like hold it up to my eye, and just like,
Yeah.
really, I'm just flexing my biceps to like look at the coin, and then just
Yeah, and then I think that it just changes in a moment to basically like the coin ding ding ding, like through the credits of this episode, ding ding ding, like bouncing down into the furnace, and you just watch as you see this soul being destroyed painfully in like torment in the furnace.
Hell yeah.
Sonya whistles to himself.
Flipsis. Flipsis, I need you to roll me a d4. Okay. This is the moment of you pushing the button on the demon grinder as you gnashed up that demon that was in your way. Flips, I need you to roll me a d10.
Flips.
Flipsis, I need you to roll me a d10.
She just rolled
Another
a d4.
She did. Roll me a d10.
Okay, never mind.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
So
confused.
you watch
I know, me too.
the next one. So this next image that flashes forward is a Flipsis eagerly jumping on the sweet tooth, and shoving a soul coin into the engine, as the soul is
bloody
destroyed
Christ.
terribly, in a horrible fashion, eviscerated and taken off this planet.
Is this
You
like a
make
list
the
of our
sound.
sins or something?
You
I was
guys-
like, you make that sound so
Yeah.
bad.
It's like
You
it's
watch-
like significant decisions. To
We
make.
have a moment at the end of this. The last thing that you guys see is you watch as I don't know, zoom in on the Flipsis's fucking chakra or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and it moves from like just a normal kind of gray color. It suddenly shifts to black.
Huh.
Oh.
Do I roll a dice or nah?
No.
Are we the baddies?
Aphelion doesn't roll anything. And right now, if we go down the list, Hamon, you are in a gray area right now. Glimmer is in a gray area. Sonya is in a gray area. Flipsis is in a black area. Aphelion is in a golden area.
Haha! Fuck you! I'm an angel.
Golden, gray, and black. I wonder what that. I mean, okay, we can assume what that means, but it's
Yeah.
not that word.
And that's where we'll end. We'll be back next week.
Hell yeah.
Damn, son. That's just good.
I'm just like I wonder.
I like how this also was like, oh yeah, Mad Max blowing up shit, mega fucking
Consequences?
cycles.
What?
And then at the end of it, it's like, let's tally up those sins. Why don't we?
The problem is Flip totally doesn't care.
Well, that might be why you're in the black.
Yep, that's probably why you're in the black.
Oh,
Embrace
guys, I found my
chaos.
calling.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait for the RP from
Oh,
this.
Meanwhile, I
Yeah.
did
shit.
nothing of note this session.
I mean,
That's
right.
Aphelion,
You did double
the
crit.
only thing, like, so interestingly, Aphelions I would have probably made you roll some stuff, Aphelion, if these rolls only started once you hit the ground in Avernus. There was some stuff that you did up in El Terrell that affected where you started, but not,
Okay.
but didn't, yeah, it affected
But
where
I'm
you started.
still golden despite the fact that I murked like 4 civilians.
Well,
You
I guess
are,
it's probably...
you are golden edge of gray, I'd say.
Golden edge of Dreadcast.
Which is
Draggle.
exactly where
You're
you wanna
edgy.
be.
You're edgy.
Okay. I think I know what this
You're ed-
means.
Oh
You're
no, I
edgy.
think you guys can
seems
all
pretty
understand this.
straightforward.
Yeah.
somewhere
I just
like
didn't realize that I was the only one with that alignment. You know?
Well, I mean, you can
being
pretty much tell
celestial
what
in nature.
you
Yeah.
can tell what
Yeah.
Flip's alignment was.
Yeah,
I do
Flips
think that-
is straight chaotic neutral, like 100%.
I think
But
most of those
chaotic
are neutral. Yeah.
and a
Mhm.
neutral evil.
Yeah,
are
Hamona's lawful
so-
neutral. Sonya's probably true neutral, if I had to guess.
No.
No. Oh.
No, he has he has nothing picked. That's
Wait, what's more neutral than not even picking neutral?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I-
I think
actually,
that's
no.
true
You tell
neutral.
me,
My
Sonya.
alignment is
Like
okay.
Porkins, do you think? I don't think Sonya is good in like or like.
Is
I
it,
don't think
is it
he's, like-
narcissist neutral? Because that would be.
I like that Shadow Assassins alignment. No.
Oh,
drives a man to neutrality.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, no, and so
That's
actually,
the thing, right? Like I
You're
don't
so
follow
much-
anything.
so Sonya, I
never-
actually do need you to give me something, Porkins. Just where do you think Sonya kind of like started off?
Chaotic
I
evil.
would definitely say he started off neutral, like true neutral, because he doesn't really care about things outside of himself.
Yeah.
That makes
Pure and
perfect
simple.
sense.
Okay, and that's kind of where I put you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know
then,
whether
like
you're gonna
Flip-
end up as Gaston or is that Brannigan, but either way, I'm excited for it.
and
We
that's
were literally talking
oh.
about this at some point in time, Scuzz and I was like, when he was reading alignments off, like the description of alignments, first alignment he read was chaotic neutral, because I was like, that's what Flip is. And I'm like, okay, yeah, 100%. And then he read like neutral evil, and I'm like, wait, is Flip
Neutral-
evil? I'm like-
Neutral evil is like,
I was
Are
like,
we the
I don't,
baddies?
I no longer know.
yeah, that's always like the
I'm
like the
like,
more guided,
shit.
like the more guided neutral
Because-
for
Because
self-serving.
she's definitely not chaotic evil, and definitely not lawful in any way,
Mhm.
slightly.
I feel like the
but
difference
I'm
between chaotic
just-
neutral and neutral evil is that neutral evil will do things they know is wrong because they don't care, whereas chaotic neutral will do things wrong because they don't notice.
it's a weird
No,
like it's a strange thing.
Chaotic
If
neutral
he
will do
reads-
things that are wrong specifically for gain, usually.
But that's
That's
what I
kinda
feel
where
like.
I
so
look
that's
at
so
it.
that's what it
Here's-
is. It's like
neutral
it's kind
evil
of
is
like
that.
okay, so remember what my background is. Like I'm
So-
a mercenary who gets away with shit. Who
So just listen to this. I'll read this out for you guys, and this actually would make sense. So neutral evil is the malefactor. A neutral evil villain does whatever she can get away with. She is out for herself, pure and simple. She sheds no
Yeah.
tears for those she kills, whether for profit, sport, or convenience. She has no love for order and holds no illusion of following laws, traditions, or codes that would make her any better or more noble. On the other hand, she doesn't have the restless nature of love or conflict that chaotic evil has. Then it says some neutral evil villains hold up evil as an ideal, committing evil for its own sake. Most often, such villains are devoted to evil deeds, blah, blah, blah. But here's the other thing. Neutral evil beings consider their alignment to be the best because they can advance themselves without regard for others. Neutral evil is the most dangerous alignment because it represents pure evil without honor and without variation.
It's the sociopath of evil.
Yeah. versus chaotic neutral, which is free spirit. Chaotic neutral follows his whims. He is an individual first and last. He values his own liberty, but doesn't strive to protect others' freedom. He avoids authority, resents restrictions, and challenges traditions. Chaotic neutral character does not intentionally disrupt organizations as part of a campaign for anarchy. To do so, he would have to be motivated either by good and a desire to liberate others, or evil and a desire to make those different from himself suffer. A chaotic neutral character may be unpredictable, but his behavior is not totally random. He is not likely to jump off a bridge. He is not as likely to jump off a bridge as to cross it. It says neutral, evil, or neutral. Chaotic neutral is the best alignment because you can be, because it represents true freedom from both society's restrictions and do-gooder zeal. So they literally
it's a Reddit libertarian, basically.
Yeah, it's super, and that's why like we in this numbers game that we're playing here. That's why Flipsis is on that borderline, because those
Honestly,
two things.
I think out of those two things, Flip is definitely more neutral evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why the
But
transition
that's the thing,
was
like,
that
the
easy.
the first one Scuzz read to me when he was reading these alignments, like these specific descriptions. First one he read was chaotic neutral, and I was like, yeah, totally. And then he read neutral evil, and I was like, fuck.
It's also funny
was
too,
like-
because
I'm
if
curious,
you
like,
think
oh,
about
wait.
What's chaotic good on there?
On that one.
my
Chaotic good is the
favorite.
rebel. A chaotic good character acts as his conscience directs him with little regard for what others expect of him. He makes his own way, but he's kind and benevolent. He believes in goodness and right, but has little use for laws and regulations. He hates it when people try to intimidate others and tell them what to do. He follows his own moral compass, which, although good, may not agree with that of society. Chaotic good is the best alignment because you can be, because it combines a good heart with a free spirit.
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Very much. Yeah,
I think-
been my favorite.
So I've played two chaotic good characters at this point. One was Zolo, one is Aphelion.
Yeah.
And I think both pretty well fit into that.
Neutral, undecided, which is perfect for Sonya.
Considering
What
you
the
have two
fuck
gods.
am I?
You have two
Sonya
gods
is
vying for your
decided.
soul,
He's
and-
decided he doesn't care.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's the thing. It says a neutral
yeah.
character does what seems to be a good idea. He doesn't feel strongly one way or another when it comes to good versus evil or law versus chaos. Most neutral characters exhibit a lack of conviction or bias rather than a commitment to neutrality. Such a character thinks of good as better than evil after all. He would rather have good neighbors and rulers than evil ones. Still, he is not personally committed to upholding good in any abstract or universal way. I think for Sonya, he remains neutral until one of those gods pulls him a different way.
Right, that's what's really cool about too, having that whole. It's like doubling down on the neutralness. The gods are like, all right, come on, pick a side. Come on, stop being so neutral.
Pick a team.
Straight
and-
off the pot.
Yeah, and then
That's exactly what a neutronian would say.
Glimmer
I like the idea
is
that,
the
like,
other.
all of the gods of every alignment except neutral are vying for his attention, and then the neutral gods are just like, whatever.
Yeah, what? Why
No,
put in
thanks.
the
Sorry,
effort?
Paladin.
Yeah, and then Glimmer is an interesting case here because of, obviously once again it's going to be how much interaction he has with things like the whatever is put before him. I think you were. What is your current alignment?
Chaotic neutral.
But the thing is, I put you higher on chaotic neutral, closer to chaotic good.
Probably closer to good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because you're dealing with what it sounds like is a one-dimensional axis when the alignment chart is technically kind of a two-dimensional one. So you kind of have to interpolate between lawful.
It's, I think, just good,
and-
evil, and neutral is, I think, just what this scale is.
It
Right,
I
does.
but
don't
then-
think it really.
Yeah, but then you have to factor in the nature of lawful and chaotic in that because.
Mhm.
Oh, no,
a
that
perfectly
definitely-
linear thing. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what that's what put people, or that's where I put you guys
That's how you start
initially.
flavoring it. And there's,
Yeah, I
that makes-
kind of like the fact that, like, with the relationship Glimmer and Aphelion have, the fact that he's the top end of chaotic neutral and Aphelion is the bottom end of chaotic good.
Yeah.
Kind of makes
No,
sense.
exactly. That's kind of what what
Yeah.
we were thinking. So, yeah, we'll pick up on this next time. And now I'm not going to
It's getting
reveal where these.
juicy.
I'm never ever going to reveal where these numbers are for you guys. but
Okay.
you totally
Oh, yeah.
you totally now understand.
Except for me, you know where mine is.
Well, and that's the
69?
thing. And that's the thing is that there'll be like obviously it'll be an interesting moment where well no, actually the other thing too is you don't even know what the scale is. Like you guys don't
yeah.
you have no
If
idea
it's
what the
like
scale is.
let's just
Oh, 'cause,
say
yeah,
1
we're
to
just
10 based off of guessing. I would
nice.
say at this point Eclipsis is a 3, based off of assumptions of
If we started at 0, probably. But I don't.
yeah.
where
So
we
yeah, you
start
guys
is
don't even know where the
100?
scale goes. So that's the thing is the only thing
I
you do
shifted.
know.
I'm a neutral in between evil and neutral. I
Yes.
am that neutral.
Yeah. So yeah, well
I guess this is great.
yeah.
I love this mechanic. I really, really do.
yeah. Okay, so I'll just let you know this. This is a mechanic that is not part of the adventure, mainly because the one that's part of the adventure I really don't like. The one that's part of the adventure is that at the end of every long rest, you just make a DC 10 Wisdom save, and if you fail it, you become evil.
Yeah, that's
No,
boring.
that's
But like,
Because
okay.
what happens?
I like
what happens is-
the
okay, so it's like
everyone
can't fail
ends-
that ever.
yeah. It's
Well, no.
also the other thing is that's kind of like it was in Curse of Strahd, except we made the choice.
You made the
to
choice, yeah.
Put ourselves
Yeah.
in that situation.
Yeah, it's derivative of that.
Yeah. There's a lot of
this is our own choices are making.
right. There's
well,
a lot of
I mean,
mechanics about alignment in
Yeah.
this one that were just kind of like it just kind of makes it just be like because they're trying to make it say like you're in hell, so inherently the alignment is going like it affects how you
But
feel.
the other thing is, I think it the way that you're doing it makes so much more sense because knowing this group, it makes so much more sense that Flip would just be so close to that and shift. You know, just the way of life. It's just kind of like, oh, this is where I belong, type of thing. Like, oh, I finally found my place. You know.
And yeah, I
versus,
agree with
like,
you in that
Hamon.
Rudaball
So if
beers
we
for
were
the
just
neutral thing.
rolling, and it was up to chance, and Hamon ended up being like evil all of a sudden, and Flip was just like this goody two shoes sitting in hell.
Wouldn't
Like,
make sense.
It wouldn't make story wise. It wouldn't make for a good.
Yeah,
story.
I don't like. There's
Like-
no other reason other than oh man, Avernus is just weighing on you, and suddenly you wake up with
Yeah.
a terrible hangover that makes you evil. Like no.
And then,
Yeah.
but then, then if you're going to actually play to your alignment and you never wanted to go evil based on your actions, then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
All
I
it
guess
was
I gotta
was
go
a
do
saving
like
throw.
evil shit now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So there's that, and then there's the
Yeah.
Well, you're not
That's it
dealing.
with-
Played that the way I played that as Belshazzar in Strahd was I played it less that he went evil and more that he went selfish.
Which is
And was-
which is a different version of which is can be a very different version of evil. Like evil doesn't just mean like I'm gonna kill whatever is in front of me. It's just like
Yeah,
It's-
it was just
it's your
like all
intentions.
self-preservationist. Like
Well, that's also why I think neutral evil is the
is
purest
self-preservation.
of evils because you are literally not assigning yourself aligning with any sort of deity or any sort of movement or higher calling. You're
Yeah.
literally just saying, "Fuck you! I got mine. Get out of here.
mhm.
I'm gonna do whatever I can to get my own, and anyone else
Yeah.
can fuck off."
Close
That's
the
and
door
that's kind of
behind
the
me.
and that's kind of the purest of evil, and more or less probably the closest reflected to our own reality,
Mhm.
as we can see, is like evil people
Yeah.
tend to follow that kind
Yeah.
of, that kind of action.
It's honestly like because like anybody who's like lawful evil in D&D should theoretically be part of a tyrannical government or like
Yeah.
heavily
Or
associated with
with
a tyrannical
devils.
government.
Or with
Yeah.
devils.
Some
yeah,
sort
which would they're tyrannical government, quote unquote.
which
No,
there's such a
they're
thing
just
as
they're just a business, dude. Fuck
true.
Yeah.
they're the corporate hell.
Corporate
Yeah,
hell.
they should be a politician or a
Uh,
CEO.
And there's such a thing as having someone that we consider lawful evil in the most essential sense of the word could also do good, and that's more. And there's a few examples of this. Again, going back to reality, like dictators who have taken over as lawful evil in that regard, and have
Yeah.
done nothing but try to push reformations. But
Oh, you got your
It's
enlightenment,
inc-
but
yeah, there's been like I can count maybe 2 that I can think of it's very, very rare, and it's doesn't usually happen, but it can happen. So there's
And it's
there's
like also like the
You
other thing
also
is
get
like
into ends justifying the means, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the whole thing for lawful evil.
to
for
take
sure.
power, to take power, and then introduce the changes you want to see. Right? It's not necessarily. That's why it's still evil, right?
Yeah, Sith. In Star Wars stuff, Sith are all lawful evil, or
Yeah.
most of them are,
Yep.
That's a good example from that.
where they truly believe way is right, that they're gonna benefit. It's the best way to. But little do they know they don't have the higher ground, and therefore they cannot defeat
Yep.
the lawful. good
Lawful
of,
lawful always has high ground. Therefore,
they
cannot be defeated.
yeah.
It's a load of bullshit.
All right. Well, thank you guys for taking the time tonight. We're gonna head out. Good
All
shit.
right.
We'll pick up
Hell
on
yeah.
this wonderful Iron Tree Hellscape Hill next time.
Bruh.
Yes.
Middle
Stuff.
All right. Good night, everybody. Take it easy.
Night,
Alright,
night,
good night,
guys.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Those who are still here. The Myers-Briggs type indicator. Yeah, there's that too. That you can do whatever you want for alignment in D&D. It doesn't really matter, but this is what we're going to be doing here. And yeah, as Shadows of Assassin hinted out, this is something that was brought forward in the Descent into Avernus Discord server that we were a part of. A lot of people were not satisfied with the just DC 10 wisdom save or fail type of thing for changing of alignment within Hell. And I understand why that was put there. It's a simple system, it's fine, and it works for very kind of like quick play. But if you want something more complicated, what we're doing is basically a point scale alignment. And it is a sliding scale where I decide based off of the player's actions of the session what they are, what happens or what they have to roll at the end of the session. So as you could already discern, the soul coins, using a soul coin indicates some sort of roll. I'll throw things in front of them in terms of yeah, actions speak louder than words. Yes, that's definitely it. I'll throw things in front of them like that little Quasit that was basically coming out of the River Styx, all kind of befuddled and freaked out. And what do? Like, Glimmer could have hit the brakes and stopped and not killed it. 100%, like, that could have happened where, like, nothing could have happened to that little Quasit and he would have just wandered and stumbled away. But they continued onward, and then Eclipsis ate it with the Demon Grinder. It's a fun way to, yeah, it's a good way that you can think about, like, what is my action going to do? I know that there's going to be something. Basically, like, small evil or good actions will do D4s at the end of every session. The other thing, too, is I increased the scale from what some people were doing because I didn't want it to be as, like, immediately swingy. I wanted there to be some play on it, I guess. Because if we kept it at the lower scale that it was, like a D10 on a soul coin would just immediately turn somebody evil, and that's not really that good. I don't want that to happen. I want it to be a creep between it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I'm Scuznugget. I was the GM for this campaign. We'll be back next Tuesday with more of this. Is the scale a base of 200? No, it is not. Not 200. I do not want to reveal what it is. Actually, you could have seen what it is. It's a 600. It's 60 base. 1 through 20 evil, and then 21 through 0 to 19 evil, 20 to 39, 40 to 60. No, something like that. Basically, it's that. It's a 60-point scale. I'm Scuznugget. I was the DM. Tonight we had Eclipsis played by my lovely wife, Derpy Gecko. We had Hamon Iberico played by Chuckle Smash. We had Glimmer played by Lunacy, aka Wabugasi. We had Sonya the Flex King played by Porkins. And we had Aphelion, the golden angel boy, the good angel boy, played by Gastroy. We will be back with more D&D on Thursday. We'll be on Gastroy's channel, Twitch TV /Gastroy, GSTROY, as we play Storm King's Thunder. I will be playing in that as Plung the Alive, the Goblin Barbarian, along with other folks. We're on the ocean chasing after the Krakens. It's going to be great. But Descent into Avernus will be back next Tuesday. I think we'll probably be either at 8 or 9, depending on the timing system. We'll let you guys know. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on social media, wherever I am, at ScuzzNugget, in order to see updates and figure out when we're going to be going live. But yeah, D&D is Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll be streaming tomorrow night, probably at some point. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening and the rest of your night. I'm out of here. I gotta go pee. Peace out, guys.